Difference gets its name. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99.
Hey, welcome to the 99% Radio Network. Radio for a reason. We are proudly sponsored by Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Oh! I want to thank you all for riding with the 99. We got a jam-packed show today, man. We do. We got, from some of our upcoming events, we have the Queen of Motorcycle Comedy, Bag Lady Sue, coming in at the top of the hour.
Kids will have to be removed from
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got Natalie Brett with Green Star Families and Heroes in the Sky. We got the founder, Matt Cahill, coming in. We got Johnny Rizzo all the way from Daytona Beach, Florida for Bike Week. But before that, man, we are kicking off an indie weekend here in the DFW area in Arlington.
Revving it up.
Man, we're revving up. I've been coming through by AT&T Stadium. They got the crash walls up. It's going to be a big event. They're expecting so many people to come out. It's Friday, huge. Saturday, and Sunday. But we have an exclusive right now. Where is it coming from?
It's coming from the Tattoo Foundation headquarters.
There we go. And we're going to have all that right after we get back. So stay tuned and ride with the 99.
99% Radio Network. Broadcast of respect. Mic check, let me talk my truth.
Welcome back. We're going to go right now. We're going to go live to Arlington, Texas with Zach Capella and Tattoo Mark. What's going on, Zach?
At the Tattoo Mark headquarters.
Hey guys, what do you know I ran into? Can you believe it?
You got in the truck and went to the Tattoo Mark headquarters, didn't you?
Well, you know, Mark's like, hey, you should come over here and check out where you're going to be hanging out at next week. Because I'm going to be moving into this little museum man cave starting Thursday.
My roommate.
Because this place is going crazy around here. I don't know. Can you see the stadium?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys, there's the track.
I cannot wait. I told you.
That is the track right there, 100 or 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I can see it.
At?
That's the track. That's
the track. This is where we are. This is from the balcony from Tattoo Mark's man cave, which if you tune in and watch us live, we'll show you some of the museum inside there. But you got to tune in next week.
So you guys are going to be sitting on the fastest part of the whole track. This is the straightaway right here. We're going to go 205 plus right here.
Ooh. 205 plus, man.
The hottest seats in
let me tell you something. That's going to make your seat vibrate there.
Ooh.
You guys got it, man. You know what? Come, enjoy yourself, have a good time. I thank you guys for everything you guys do. You guys, Zach, for what you guys do for me throughout the year.
We love you too, buddy.
Always be my family. Come here. Let's have a good time.
Hey, anything for you, man. Anything for you.
Ultimate tailgate party for real.
Hey, Zach. You went into that.
I don't know. Let me see.
You went into the Tattoo Mark Museum. Did you go into the Tattoo Mark Museum restroom yet?
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
Oh, we're cutting in and out. I think we're losing because we're getting some weather over here in DFW. Zach, you're kind of cutting in and out.
I don't know if you saw that. He's going to sit up a little. Uh-oh. You got me? Am I back?
I got you.
All right. Hey, guys, make sure you tune in. We love you. We miss you. Next week, tune in to the show.
Thank you, guys.
We're gonna
Appreciate it.
Get in the truck with Zach Capel, man. Check him out on all the rodeo circuits and crossing America, highlighting all of our vintage cowboy, real cowboy America, man.
Small town America.
Yep. Make cowboy great again, baby. Make cowboy great again.
Get in the truck and ride with 99.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
If you are in the Fort Worth area, we're going to be out at the Patriot event, Will Rogers Coliseum, doing the juniors, the future of the sport, all this weekend.
Nice.
Fantastic. Now you just finished up wrapping up this past weekend. Where were you?
We are now. We just kicked off the Bull Teams Only. So if you hadn't had a chance to be a part of Bull Teams Only, these are PBR contractors who are bringing the best bulls. The great thing about it is they have to recruit the rider. So you never know what rider is going to be on the bull. But unlike anything that you've ever seen in bull riding, when you go and you see 40 bulls, 30 of those 40 are going to get rode. This is true bull riding. Great organization. I am glad to be a part of it and be a part of the Bull Teams Only series this year. We were in Belton last weekend. The 21st, we're doing bulls, bands, and bugs out in Cleburne in Johnson County Sheriff's Posse. And also that parts of those tickets are going to celebrate FFA, the Future Farmers of America. We're going to give it back to the youth. Part of those tickets are going there. Great organization helping our veterans, but it's also great bull riding.
I
Wow,
love that.
fantastic.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, you keep up the good work, brother. I can't wait to see you on Sunday. Next Sunday. We'll see you on the 14th from Tattoo Marks headquarters, and we're going to enjoy the race together.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a table set up. We got food coming in. He's got a big old tent that's going in right down here at the corner of the track. 200 miles an hour. It's going to be loud, fast, and fun.
Loud, fast, and
It's
fun.
gonna be
It's going to be fun.
We got a bunch of organizations being there. No, obviously Tattoo Mark, Get in the Truck. We got us, and then a couple of us Bettys are going to be there
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not only me as a Betty. Cha Cha
Yep.
Baby is
Part
Tattoo
of
Mark's
Tattoo Mark.
VP, and she's
Yeah.
a Betty as well. So yeah, we're gonna have a good group there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun, man. Small town America, man. That's what it's all about. We got to bring it all back to small town America.
I don't look small
Hey,
town. With
it's all about the kids. We're doing this Tattoo Mark Foundation. He was just telling me Vegas has reached out. Midland, Odessa has reached out. We're going to try to do some stuff down in Austin. So it's no longer DFW. This is going nationwide.
Yeah. And plan on doing this every year here because it's already on the schedule for next year, the third race of next year. Talking to Jimmy Ross, they're going to do it every year. So we'll do an annual party here. And you guys are definitely, this is your guys' area. You guys own this area. I am giving it to you guys. You guys are priority. This is you guys right here.
Well, I'm just
Teddy
looking
Bear tailgate party.
as long as there's beers. I'm good with beers and snacks, man. Yeah,
We got it, bro.
Hey,
We're
well,
easily
I'm
bought.
trying to figure out if we can drone to the balcony. Now, that would be some footage if we can get a drone shot of delivering, beer.
you know, the issue with that, and I thought about that, Zach, but you know what? With all the stuff that's going on in America, they may have drone things to knock those drones out of the sky. They may have like something to interfere with drones, so
So we
you
need a
can't
sign
go
that
over
says
the track.
beer drone.
So you can't go over the track.
That's true.
Okay,
Like,
well, maybe we can get, surely the blimp, surely they're going to have the Goodyear blimp flying around. Maybe they can drop something off the blimp.
I think I'm gonna be prepared. I think I'm gonna just be prepared and bring
Yeah.
my stock with me.
Yeah. We'll bring some refreshments. We always do.
Hey,
Maybe
what's
99
crazy is to see the amount of tires. They are just forklifting tires and tires down this main street.
It's crazy. They're actually currently painting in lot 10. The Cowboys on it. They already did the pit stop over there of the Rangers. The first are the starting and finish lines like a block down from me. I'm like, we're in a great location right here. I mean,
Can you show the track one more time?
Could we hang anything on that fence? Can we hang a banner on that fence?
yes. We got your banner. You got your banner. You can do whatever you want, man. This is all
Can
you.
you hang on the fence by the track?
Yes, sir.
Oh, from the balcony. Be seen.
You can do the balcony. You can down there by
We
the
got
fence.
all of this back
All this
here,
down here.
all of this back here, and then we can do the black fence,
National, yeah.
the black fence right there.
All of us in a like picture phase, like yeah, advertising. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That is a spectacular view. And when we see those Formula
Look at
One
this,
cars
the stadium right
going
there.
at
Yeah.
200 plus miles an hour, whipping down that side, that's straight away. It is going to be amazing. It is going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
now we won't be able to get on the sidewalk. They're going to block the sidewalk off, but anything inside that black fence, we're going to be able to see.
Nice.
I love it.
All right.
I cannot wait.
Man, it's going to be some good times. Good times.
So we're going to be here. We're going to be hanging out. I hope everybody, if they haven't gone over and checked out the Tattoo Mark Foundation, I hope they do it. I hope that they've subscribed and they're doing 99, riding with the 99, so they catch all that. And then catch us Small Town America. We're going to be doing this thing for 3 days, 3 great organizations, 1 great big party.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Zach, how can people follow you on social media so you can get a glimpse of what Small Town America really looks like?
All right, guys. I know y'all have a lot to do today. You got a lot of great guests coming on.
A little bit about that.
It's going to be about 10 times that when race day starts.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Well, you guys be good, have fun, and get some good film footage.
All right, ride for the 99.
Take care, guys.
All right.
I love y'all.
Small Town America. Thanks, brother.
That was a little bromance, little
Aw.
combo right there. I like
Yeah,
it.
man, that's going to be a lot of fun. Zach Capel with Small Town America, Tattoo Mark with the Tattoo Mark Foundation, the Battling Betties, the 99, all at the Tattoo Mark headquarters, watching the Formula One Indy race from the headquarters,
Tailgating.
from the second floor headquarters. Man, we are going to bring that to you live, and hopefully you're going to be able to see those cars
That's
ripping
not
by,
a
man.
Texas tailgating
Woo.
party.
Yeah, that's
I
going to be a
mean,
lot
come
of
on,
fun.
That's
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna
America
enjoy
right
that.
there.
All right, man. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsor, Glenn Lawson and the Biker
Oh.
Wolfpack. We'll be back right after this.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number 2, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number 3, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
And 99% Radio Network in the Fishbowl. You know, we just got off with Zach and Tattoo Mark for the Indy race, but we're going to start the show a little properly today by dedicating today's show to our 6 service members who lost their lives protecting our country. You know, let me just this came from the Associated Press. 4 of our 6 U.S. soldiers killed in the Iran war were identified Tuesday by the Pentagon as members of the Army Reserve from different states who worked in logistics and kept troops supplied with food and equipment. That's an important job for our troops out there, man. They died Sunday when a drone hit a command center in Port Shuaibeh, Kuwait, just a day after the U.S. and Israel launched a military campaign against Iran. Iran responded by launching missiles and drones against Israel and several Gulf Arab states that host U.S. armed forces. So I apologize if I get these names wrong, but and I think I have a picture of them up there as well, if you could put their pictures up. The Defense Department identified them as Captain Cody Cork, 35, of Winter Haven, Florida, Sergeant First Class Noah Tejas, 42, of Bellevue, Nebraska, Sergeant First Class Nicole Amar, 39, of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, and Sergeant Declan J. Cody, 20, of West Des Moines, Iowa. You know, we have to hold these servicemen and women in our prayers and pray for all of our servicemen and women across our great country and who are protecting us each and every day. I don't care what political side of the aisle you stand on, but you better raise that red, white, and blue up in the air, man, because our men and women are fighting for you each and every day. So let's take a quick moment of silence and hold their families in our prayers. Thank you. All right, man. Well, let's jump right into the show here. Woo!
Looks like we got Chaz-tastic on the air. He's
Chaz-tastic,
on there
man.
watching. We got Rhonda that came on. She's
Yes,
watching.
Rhonda. Yeah. All right.
Zach is always watching.
Zach's always watching.
Zach's
You know,
always
we had a
watching.
great time
Got
with
Hobo.
Chaz-tastic. Hobo from the Thin Blue Line, LEMC. But we had a great time over at Texoma Comic Con with Chaz and JJ Thompson.
I didn't
and
know what
Eddie
I was
Diaz.
walking into with that.
Man.
So like I love watching all the things. Like I admit, I'm one of those. I love watching. I like my action. I like my
You
comics.
like to watch? I'm just saying. You said it, not me.
I know.
Chance,
Perhaps-
bail me out here. You thought the same thing. As a man, that went through your head.
He
you know,
did
when
not.
a girl turns around and says, I like to watch, I like watching, that's where your head goes. Go ahead.
I like my certain shows, but I'm really bad at like remembering the names of comic
Yes.
people. I'm bad at that game. I'll know who they are. I'll recognize their face, but it was like I was a little overwhelmed
Oh, yeah.
because you know them, but you're like,
Yep.
oh,
I know.
and it's all like the classic stuff that you kind of forgot. And it's
it's the
not
stuff
your,
you grew up
it's
with.
not your current. I mean, there are some current, stars that are like, we have from Landman, and we have some current people.
JJ
but
Thompson.
yes, but like we have some people like you grew up with that you forget all the things you saw them in. And this
Yes.
is where I'm bad at the names. You got his autograph
Oh, did I?
from the he was the voice from
Oh, Eddie Diaz.
yes,
Eddie Diaz from Greece.
And see, like I could recognize everything he did.
He also played the voice of the kid in Polar Express.
That's what
he
I was
did,
talking about,
He
the Polar
did, he did
Express.
Grease too. And then we had Sam Della Rosia,
Mhm.
who with Marvel Comics.
See, this is why this is why we work together.
we had CJ Thomas
Mhm.
from The Outsiders
Yep.
and Red Dawn. And
There's a lot.
yeah, it was just and Debbie Foreman with Valley Girl. You know, I grew up. Valley Girl was like one of my favorite movies back in the day, and to see her it was fun, man. These Comic Cons and these shows that are going to come right to the Texas area, right here into the DFW
Mm-hmm.
area. I know there's one coming up in Waxahachie in July. There's another one coming up in
Waxahachie?
Arlington. All these Texas Comic Cons, man, they are a lot of fun. And you know, watching a cosplay and the people
If you got
dress up,
kids-
it is really good
If
to
you got
people
kids
watch.
or don't have kids, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s and even the 2000s, which all of us have, you're going to see something there that
Yes.
your childhood you had. And what I thought was kind of cool, because I didn't know they did this, it was the mystery boxes that you can buy.
Oh yeah. My son bought one of those mystery boxes for $100, and he got so much stuff in that mystery box.
But there's different price ranges
Yes,
too.
there was 25 to 100.
So
right?
my son saw that and he was like, I want one. But
Man.
he didn't know that there was XL. You have to
Oh.
make sure you look at the box.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
sizes. So he bought the SpongeBob box. And
Yeah,
got
okay.
a shirt that was like this big because it said 2XL. But I washed it about 3 times, so
Yeah,
he
and
might
it's
be
shrunk.
able to fit it in
Yeah,
3 years.
my son opened a
But-
box. He got all those little bop heads and so many.
There's so many
great
collectibles.
Things. Yes,
there's
and
a lot of collectibles and like little arts, not just like posters on the wall. There's the that one lady. I wish I would have grabbed her card. She had some really cool. The logo was an eyeball, and her mother was doing her booth because her daughter.
Lacey.
No,
Oh, not Lacey.
that was the artwork. This one was the figurines. I love it. Glowed in the black light, and they had eyeballs in them, and it was just like all these like
Yeah, yeah.
Odyssey little artwork things that I love. I'd put all over my house. But yes, Lacey,
The Lacey, she was
great artwork,
yes,
female
beautiful,
artist.
Beautiful.
She does everything. It's kind of like a split art though. It's
Yes,
like a
which
lot
is
of it.
cool.
It's like it's very feminine or masculine and it's split down the middle. Is
Yep.
the best way I can
Which
describe
was
it.
cool because it showed her bipolar, her bipolar
All of our
mind. Yeah,
bipolar.
yeah. Chaz is saying, C. Thomas Howell. Thank you. I couldn't get it out there, Chaz. C. Thomas Howell and Eddie Diaz did the voice of Elliot from E.T. That's right, man. Thank you so much, Chaz. You know, Chaz thought the same thing, and he goes to these Comic Cons all the time, so I'm sure he is.
Oh, he had a fan.
He was always
like,
amazed.
Yeah, he
Oh
had a
man,
big. They would come in waves. Like,
yes,
we're like,
yes.
I'm like,
He had
Satchel,
the- he had
like
the little
Satchel,
ring
move.
set
He's
up.
got a group coming. Move. They're
Yeah.
coming over to talk to him. And then the contest.
the contest was a lot of fun.
Chaz, I love you, but I need a little bit more warning. No, I'm just kidding. It was fine. I loved the improv that we
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
had to
yeah.
do. So literally like 5 minutes before like the contest, like we knew we had something to be at 3:30. Like we knew we had to be there
Yeah.
at 3:30. We had to stay till 3:30. So you guys do radio,
But that was cool though.
I liked
it was
it.
a lot. It was a great experience. We
but
can't
both
thank
of us.
Chaz
But,
enough.
yes, but it was funny because both of us go,
What are we doing?
"We're doing what?" And so like it was great. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use it as like it's like a pinup contest. Everybody's
Yes.
coming out.
Yeah.
Use the names. But then I realized where I lack on the Comic-Con experience of all the different character names
Oh yeah.
and their spelling and all that. And
Yeah.
I'm like trying to read
Yeah, that was
these
kind of tough.
names.
But they knew that they knew they were like, oh, she's screwing up that name.
But now
They
I
knew,
know.
they knew.
Now
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
They knew.
It was so much fun though. Like that's what I love about getting out there and you get to meet new things or meet new people, do new things,
Yep.
get out there, out of your element. And everybody was dressed so well. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody deserved and I never say this, a participation award because everybody really did a
Yes.
great job with their costumes.
You know, everybody, I mean, and that's a large undertaking for the people who put that all together because, you know, you bring so many creative artists and talented
Mhm.
people and put them under one roof. And that ran flawlessly.
That is the best way to
It
put
really-
it. A bunch
really-
of creative people.
Yes.
Because you go to a lot of different conventions and it's not about creativity, it's about business. But this
Right.
is a creative
Yes. And,
convention.
you know, at every booth you went to and you spoke with somebody,
Mhm.
the passion they had behind their craft really, it inspired me. It really
Mm-hmm.
did. It said, John Sideshow, you can't draw for shit. Look what these guys are doing, you know?
Look what they're
Because
doing.
the
You
stuff,
lazy ass.
the stuff was, I mean, I would hang
Everything
a
from-
lot of this stuff up
Everything
in my
from
house. Yeah.
3D models to
Yes.
artwork to statues to costumes.
The guy that was
to
doing the leather
work,
works.
costume making. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was an adult like carnival.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Hey, Tim's
Yeah.
on. Tim used to be with Fishbowl. Tim Griffin, man, he is with Queen Sylvie. Tim is actually, when I started radio back in 2017,
Ah,
I was a comic. I was a stand-up comic here in DFW,
you didn't
and
say.
Queen Sylvie was a comic here. And when we met at one of our shows, she goes, "I host a radio show called the Queen Sylvie Show," and she's like, "You want to come on to our show?" That was my first ever radio broadcast on her. I was a guest on their show, and me and Tim and Queen Sylvie became really good friends. And right after I fell in love with radio back in 2017, and I stayed here at Fishbowl, and Queen Sylvie hooked me up. She's like, "Well, why don't you just put a show together?" And we put a show
That's
together, and,
crazy.
and then we started Mad Radio, and it's been a great friggin' ride
And
since
you
then.
started
man.
as a guest.
And I started as a guest.
And I started
And you
as a
started as a
guest on
guest.
your show.
See, look, I'm just paying it forward, man.
about
Queen
that?
Sylvie and Tim paid it forward to me, and now I'm paying it forward to
So
them.
have a good cause and become a guest.
And that's another thing. If you ever go onto Facebook, go onto YouTube, check out the Queen Sylvie Show. She has some amazing musicians and people from all over the country that come onto her show. And once again, when we talk about craft and how much talent people have out there that's being missed because the mainstream media doesn't pick up on these people,
Mhm.
we want to highlight them just like Queen Sylvie. She highlights all these different artists and musicians, and it's really inspirational for yourself going, wow, look what that person does.
Mhm.
And maybe one day you'll be able to tap into what you're good at. And
Maybe one day I will.
Maybe.
One
You know,
day I will.
who knows?
Just
But
the
it-
time.
But thank you for tuning in, Tim. Tell Queen Sylvie I said hello, and thank you for everything, because if it wasn't for Tim and Queen Sylvie, you know what?
This
Mad
would
Radio
not be here.
and the 99 wouldn't
So
be
I guess
here
I have
today.
to say thank you.
Yes.
Because if he,
Paths
if
crossed
he
for a
wasn't here,
reason.
I wouldn't
That's
be
right.
here either.
And you know, this brings me back to saying,
Chance would be here because he
This-
gets
yeah,
paid
yeah.
no matter what.
but this is where you know you always be kind to somebody, and Queen Sylvie and Tim are always the kindest people in the world. They were kind to me by letting me on their show and see where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
Now we pay it forward by uplifting, so it's just a paying it forward type of thing. And this is why when paths cross for a reason.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, if me, it's so wild that if we never met, this show would not be here today. We wouldn't have won awards. You know.
No.
And then if this show wasn't here, we wouldn't be blessed to meet Chaz and
Celebrity
Zach
softball,
and
all
Tattoo
the
Mark.
things.
Yeah. You know, look at that snowball effect it has just by what Queen Sylvie and Tim started back in 2017.
Look at
God
all
bless
that.
you
Look
guys.
at all
God bless
that.
you. Yep.
I think we need to make an award.
Make an award.
Yeah.
The Pay It Forward, Be Kind award, man. That's what it's
Pay
all
it
about.
forward kind of award.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. Then is Lori on? Lori's on. We're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna bring back Lori Montoya from Biker Down. We're gonna
Where
talk about
in the world?
where I don't know if Lori's in Daytona. She
Mm.
may be in Colorado.
She tells me
She may be-
Colorado one more week. I'm gonna be like, you need to go somewhere.
She may be in
Just
Vegas.
kidding.
She may be. Who knows? She may
Who
be.
knows?
Across the
She
the
could
Gulf.
be outside the building.
She
We
may
have
be-
no
Yeah,
idea.
who knows? But we'll be back right after this with Lori Montoya of Biker Down.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Archangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
I'm Sassy Sin with Battle and Betty's, and I ride with the 99% Radio.
Hey, welcome back to 99. We got Lori. Where
In the
is
world
Lori?
is Lori Montoya?
Well, you guys are probably beginning to recognize my office. So what's funny is
I knew she said she'd be in Colorado.
I'm traveling every Thursday through Monday, but I'm home during the week. So yeah, I just came back from Vegas and I was going to go to Daytona, but I kind of decided that, my daughter was handling Daytona because I was going to do the, the Flying Pistons event with Marilyn. And unfortunately, my schedule, just airfares right now are just so expensive. And, that's all self-funded, my trips and things like that. So I didn't do that. So I'm back home. And as you can see right here, I am putting feather clusters together for cowboy hats. My daughter is opening up a store in Breckenridge.
Now, she got a booth right out in Daytona right now?
Yeah, she's at Daytona Destination right now. So if you guys, right in front of the dealership. So if any of you listeners out there are in Daytona, go by Daytona Destinations and the dealership and go see Antler and Crown. She makes an amazing skull cowboy hat that would just really surprise anybody. It's Antler and Crown, and just ask for Ashley. And they also have a store in St. Augustine. So if you happen to be, riding around there and stop in on St. George Street, look for Antler and Crown.
I love St. Augustine, the Bridge of Lions over there.
Yeah.
That's where, my mother used to love St. Augustine, Florida. And we traveled to Florida after she passed, and we put her ashes at the bridge of the Bridge of Lions. It is so amazing.
It's the oldest city in the United States, and most people
beautiful.
don't really realize that. They think up east, has the oldest cities, but really St. Augustine. And they've really done an excellent job of preserving that original town
Yep.
feel.
Didn't they get hit with a bad flood a couple of years back, and the streets were flooded, and something happened in St. Augustine? I was like,
You know, I don't know. We'd have to ask her, but you know, I was there a couple years ago, and I don't recall that. But you know, they also kind of got hit by some hurricanes.
yeah.
You know, they were kind of in the line of fire. Let's see. Oh, there. Now I'm more in the middle.
Where you
But
see
anyway,
parties.
you know, it's a great town, and what's great is that if you want to go to Orlando, you know, make sure that it's really not that far away. So if you're going to Orlando or taking a cruise to Cape Canaveral and things like that, it's really good to do that. So I don't have a lot to chat about today. However,
Damn it, Lori.
well, you know, I'm always overwhelming you guys. I is Bag Lady Sue on today?
She will be later, yes.
She's coming on at 4.
Okay, well, you let her know about, you tell her that Laurie Montoya, man, did she have some things to say about you? Because I knew Bag Lady Sue over 15, 16 years ago when she lived here in Denver.
Well,
So-
tell us your story.
Yes, let's
yeah,
hear it.
let's
go.
hear some dirt. Tell us about your
Well,
bag.
I don't really
Demo.
have,
Give
I
us
don't
some
really
demo.
have dirt, but I will tell you that that's how long Bags
Dude,
has
could you
been.
imagine Lori and Bag Lady Sue
Oh,
at a
that's-
Oh,
bar?
no,
That's a
you
bummer.
don't want to go there. You don't want me at her show because she's on me like white on rice.
See, I'm
And,
scared. Like, I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
personally met
Yeah.
her,
Well,
but
So you were actually at one of her shows.
oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know
because-
how to say this, but she lived in Denver, and she would, you know, still always wanting to help the veterans and things like that. And you know, you would go to one of your little local biker bars, and Bags was playing. I mean, I don't want to say that's when she was starting out because she had had a reputation for a long time before I met her, but I'm going on 16 years of Biker Down, and I've known her since then. But that's how long Bag Lady Sue has been helping our veterans. And
Yes. We got the show coming here Saturday.
yeah, I know.
Texas Harley Davidson.
Friday.
So, Friday. So tell us what kind of vibe you get at one of her shows. Like, what was your first impression? I mean, tell us about your first experience with Bag.
Well, let me just say this, that if you like DEI or you're easily offended, I would not suggest that you attend this
we
show.
tried to tell people
Yeah.
adults only.
The adults only.
Have a few cocktails, be ready, because you will see things that frighten fish. That's all I can say. Worth every single minute, because the bags that comes out at the beginning is not the bags at the end.
Oh,
And
okay, so she does a little
Yeah.
switcheroo. I
Yep,
gotcha.
yep.
she's amazing, and I've seen her, you know, countless times here in Denver. She'll go up to Sturgis and play the VFW there. I think where I don't want to say I lost contact with her, but she moved to Alaska for a while. So we
Yeah.
all didn't see her as much. And I'll be honest with you, my birthday is Sunday, and I was really trying to figure out a way to show up next weekend or this weekend and just show up and go, where the
Oh, that would have been awesome.
you
That
know,
would've been
and
awesome.
just really just have her.
This coming Sunday.
This coming Sundays. This coming Sunday's your birthday?
Yeah, it's the 8th. I'll be 63. So yeah.
Happy birthday, Lori.
I like to say I make triple 20 look good. But yeah, it's and what I love is her whole heart and soul is for the veterans. I mean, and like you say, you know, I look at Tattoo Mark, I look at all of us that are doing boots on the ground, Dawn from Motorcycle Mayhem,
Yep.
all of us that are giving our sweat equity, our time, our love for whatever your passion is, whether it's children or veterans or me, injured riders, you know, that is the reason that we love the biker community. Because I'll tell you a funny story. My son was at Daytona, I guess Friday. And, you know, they know a lot of bikers because of Moms with Biker Down. But he was like, these bikers are really being assholes. And I was like, do you need mama to get on a plane and come check these people? Because they're very lucky that Mama Bear Montoya was not in the booth. I would have been, my arms would have been Italian arms would have been flaring. I would be like, oh no, you didn't just say that to my son.
Oh, he was just in Daytona
Well,
Friday?
he works the store. All my family lives in St. John, Florida, which is south of Jacksonville and north of St. Augustine and north of Daytona. So that's their neck of the woods. So he was watching the storefront, the vendor space in front of Daytona Destination. My daughter was coming in from Colorado because she just finished up a week here doing the store, getting the store ready here. So he was there kind of by himself. And, you know, I don't know how to say it. Once you know the biker community and you know the heartbeat of the biker community, and just as obnoxious as they are sometimes, you have to be just as obnoxious back to them. They'll almost respect that more.
Yeah.
Than if they know that they can just treat you poorly. You know?
Well, you gotta choose your obnoxious crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why would you be obnoxious? You know, yeah. And I've said this about my hat shaping bar. You know, listen, you go to any festival, anything in Texas, you go anywhere, there's somebody steaming and shaping hats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In my biker community, though, this has not been a feature that you would regularly see at a biker event. Right. So just like at Sturgis, you know, there's a bit of a struggle. I mean, what always kills me is they got no problem spending $115 on a button-down Harley Davidson shirt. But when you quote them, like a hat like this is going to run you, you know, it's wool, it's going to run you $250. I mean, I'll be honest with you, when you're holding your $9 beer and your $7 Fireball,
yeah,
and you're on a $60,000 bike, you know, come on, you know,
like even here, and
Those
I'll tell you,
hats are popular here in Texas.
And I'll tell you, Lori, I was one of those people because, you know, growing up in New York, you know, it wasn't cowboy hat central. If you wore a cowboy hat, you watched Toy Story too much. So, you know, but when I moved to Texas, I found out the meaning behind a cowboy hat, different bends, different colors, different shapes, different names means something within the Western community, and you embrace that, you respect that. And I looked at the prices of some of those hats, and some of those hats are run into 4 digits, thousands of dollars. And people,
but that's a rodeo hat. That's a cowboy hat. That's a 30X, 100X. That's somebody at the rodeo. This is basically a 7X wool and cashmere. It's not beaver, you know, it's not a Stetson. But my point is when it comes with all the accessories and you're asking someone to spend $250 and you've gone all the way to Daytona. And, you know, what I also love about it for the biker community that's kind of overlooked is we're all very color based, meaning like if you're Soldiers for Jesus, you are, you know, white, black, and yellow. You know, if you're Baca, you're black, white, and red. If you're a club, you know, my point is, if you're Harley, it's a burnt orange one, burn the heck out of it, you know, burn a Willie G skull in there, add a really cool leather band. My point is that the cowboy hat is a reflection of who you are.
Yes.
And what you're passionate about. You know, and so like this is a USA hat. I made this.
That's a beautiful hat that you're wearing.
I like it.
That is a beautiful hat.
And I did it for USA, you know, because we're in our 250th, you know, but you could burn, you know, USA, you could burn 250th, you could burn whatever your passion is. And that's what, sadly, when you have an event like Daytona and you have 700 vendors there all wanting your cha-ching, you don't really get a chance to have that conversation with a biker of all the cool things that they can do. So that's just it. So my point is that it's a bit of a struggle when you're at an event like that because, well, I can walk into Harley and I can buy a $89 hat. Well, you know, the cheap becomes expensive. I've bought those hats, and they're
Well,
sitting
you
in my
can
closet.
get a hat for $89 in Harley.
Not at Harley.
Not at
Well,
Harley.
okay, you used to.
$100 hat, maybe.
Yeah, so my point is, but that's not an X, it's not a wool, it's a vegan suede, it's
Right.
made in China. And no offense to anybody that has it, but I'm just saying it's different. It's a different scenario. So my point to all that is that we're introducing it into a demographic that is a little uneasy. But I did the expo and I did amazing because I tailored it because I'm a biker, I tailored it to my biker community.
It's more edgy. That's
Yeah,
honestly, that's what I look for because
yeah.
I love like when they do the hats, but sometimes it's too the other avenue that I'm not really. It's not my vibe.
Yeah, it's
I like
more
that it has a little more
festival.
edge to it.
It's more festival. It's more lace. It's more,
leather
and
lace, guns and barrel.
Yeah,
they're.
Right. I mean, that's why I have bullet casings and I have, Harley pins and I have everything to make it wide open, to reflect a biker vibe. So, anyway, I would just tell anybody, if you're in Daytona and you're listening to this, go by Antler and Crown, ask for Ashley and say, show me what you got.
I'm gonna send my mom there. So if a lady named Debbie comes up there, tell Ashley there's gonna be a great lady.
Just tell her to ask for Ashley. And just say, my daughter works with your mom, and I was told to come here, and my daughter will take good care of
you.
Hey, Lori, why don't you send, because Johnny Rizzo and Dawn are out there
they're
now.
out there too.
They're out there now. So why don't you send Johnny a text?
Actually, Dawn met Ashley when we did the High Seas Rally that last year. And remember, we had that thing that at the pre-party, and we had all the cowboy hats there. Well, those were all done by Ashley.
Yep.
Wow.
So you can see what I'm saying. Like, that was a cruise. We did straw, but we did stuff based on the bikers and going on a cruise and things like that. But Dawn has one of her really nice hats. So I would love for Dawn and
text Johnny, because Johnny Johnny on?
Send it to me. I'll
send
it to
Johnny on?
my mom too.
No, I didn't. Johnny was supposed to come on the show, but I think
day drinking.
I think
somewhere.
he's day drinking, and
that's a given.
I saw him and Dawn were on the
bike. He
bike.
had a steak somewhere.
Him and Dawn were on the bike. He was doing a live somewhere in Daytona, and they were talking about something. And all of a sudden, he passes a hamburger shop, and it's like the world's biggest hamburger, where if you eat the whole hamburger, you could get the whole thing, And
they lost money on that one.
I was gonna say, I bet he got 2 t-shirts
like,
for that.
Yeah, I go, you're not going to be on the show. You're going to be sitting your ass down, eating that big hamburger. And then a cannabis truck pulled up in front of him.
Well, we already knew the show was canceled then.
Yeah. That's almost as bad as here in Colorado. We have dispensaries on every corner. And so some Girl Scout here, I think last year, she plopped up a card table and all her Girl Scout cookies right next to a dispensary, and she knocked it out of the park.
That is where you make your money, man.
Yeah, you now can't do that as a Girl Scout. That's not the Girl Scout way.
Really?
And, well,
I'm going to cross the street. I'm going to be across the street.
Yes. Yeah. That's discriminatory.
Dude, I'm telling you. Just get that.
But anyway, back to bags. So, I just want to say that I don't know how many shows or if she has the ability to do another one, but you're going to sell out of this and have her back. Have her back like every, one time a year or something, because all of those people it's kind of like our Gary Michaels. You can see Gary Michaels, but then the next time you see Gary Michaels, you're going to see something you didn't see before.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like Bags. You'll never get bored and go, oh no, I don't want to go see Bags.
Every time I think when she's coming out, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get today.
But it's good. So so it's really good. So I have a question.
Sure.
Did you download the app?
Yes.
No.
You did?
I didn't. I
downloaded it.
I'm sorry.
Where's your phone? Where's your phone?
Let's do it.
No, because I got a streaming right. I'm streaming right now.
Okay.
All right. I promise. You know what? I'm going to promise you right now. I'm going to make a promise right now. After the show, I will download the app.
Okay.
And Pippa will make me.
Yeah. I hope so. Because by the way, have you so last weekend I was in Vegas, and why was I in Vegas? I was in Vegas to do the COC, but I did 2 amazing accident scene management classes. And it was really phenomenal. Have you guys locked in your date yet?
Not yet. Waiting for Micah.
We have to.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some change in some
in
stuff.
marketing changing.
So we have some
over
new
there,
people
so.
we have to do.
But
Okay,
we are gonna
well
lock it.
here's a thought. Okay, you don't need to do it at a dealership, and I don't want to take it away from a dealership if scheduling is a problem. You can go to any Hampton Inn hotel that has a
Yes,
conference
the big.
room.
Okay.
I mean, that's all
I
they
don't know why I
need.
wasn't thinking that.
No, but no, Texas Harley is way open to it. They want to do it. We just haven't locked in a date yet. They definitely want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will be doing it. It'll probably be in April or May sometime.
Oh no,
'Cause
May.
we got so many different events coming
No
up.
May.
Huh?
No May.
No May?
We're booked all April.
June maybe. We'll
I'm
we'll
gonna
have to
come
figure it
in and I'm gonna do a class.
out. We'll have to figure it out because we are booked solid
5
now
weeks in a row.
for the next 5 weeks. Every
Yeah.
week, and we have some stuff going on. So,
So guess who I talked to this
During the
week?
huh?
Guess who I talked to this week?
Who would you talk to this week?
I talked to Valerie from the Randy Couture Extreme Ride for the Troops.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to have them on as my guest next week because I do their event in Las Vegas.
I went on Randy's ride last year. I hear out at Texas
So
Harley.
so you know that their ride is coming up March 21st. Are you
Yes.
guys planning on going to that?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to do me one favor? Would you like to have a booth?
A booth.
Yeah, you could do some biker down stuff. I can't
Oh, you can
come.
add it to it. Yeah.
Oh.
I
yeah.
can't come because I have the Colorado Motorcycle Expo in the Springs. But there, if you would help me with biker down materials, I'll send you a skirt or something and just have fun with it and get people to download the app because you've downloaded the app and you know the benefits of the
We'll
app.
make them do it right at the booth.
Yeah. You know, and I'll send you a really fun box of swag.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, you know, it would
Said
be
March 21st.
March 21st.
You do so much for the veterans. You really do. And so for you guys to not have a table and, you know, maybe a pop-up tent or something, let's collaborate on that.
You got it. Well, Glenn's getting us. Glenn and Robert Howell.
We're getting
with
official.
the Biker Wolf Pack are getting us a tent, but we can put yours right next to it with
Yeah.
Biker Down. Yeah, we can do.
Well, I'm not gonna send you guys a tent. I'll just send you a
Table
table
skirt.
Yeah.
Table skirt.
Send
with,
us a
with the
swag.
skirt. Yeah.
Yep.
And stuff. But I don't know. Will you have the tent by then?
I don't know.
We'll have the
we
space
we
either way.
We
Right.
should.
Well, no matter what, they're just because they believe in biker down. Randy did a really great PSA for us year before last, and but what he does, you know, I believe in supporting people that are truly helping at a ground level, and they told me that I could have a booth. Just to get out motorcycle awareness because it is a biker ride. And I can't be there because of this financial commitment I have down in the Springs. But I thought that if you guys wanted, it would be great because you do so much for the veteran community that I just was hoping we could kind of collaborate on that.
Yeah, without a doubt. And if you want to reach out to Randy or his wife, they want to either call into the show sometime in March, and we can do an interview prior to the ride
Okay.
to promote
Well,
it.
next weekend is let's see, no, that's the 11th, so that would be 10 days. I don't know. I'll have to ask Valerie or them if he might do that. But I know that I will tell you this. He is so accessible as far as, you know, as celebrities go. Many times you get into these kind of things, and like I'll give you an example. You go to Vegas to do the Pawn Stars diabetes, and unless you're, you know, bringing out big cha-ching, you don't get to see the Pawn Stars guys. You know what I'm saying? You pull the celebrities in, it looks great, but Randy is really accessible. And I, when you go to that event, I mean, photo moments and things like that. And I mean, the whole team around him and what they do for veterans is really just amazing. And I'll probably be able to make the one in May in Vegas, but I'm really bummed. If I hadn't already financially committed to this one in there, I would be doing it in Dallas because I want so badly to make a trip.
Well, come on. I'll tell you what, once you make it down here to Texas, I'll download the app. How's that? Oh, we lost her.
She just summed the fuck up.
She muted herself.
Okay, how about this? Here's my counter.
You muted yourself. Are you just cursing me out that you muted yourself?
Why don't you get the Aflac and download the app, and then I will come first class.
Okay. All right. You got it. You got it. All right. Now I'm under pressure. Now I have to do it because I want Lori here. I want Lori here in Texas. So now I have a reason to do it. So
yeah,
no,
I mean, I just think we need to get that class. I mean, maybe we talk to Glenn and I mean, see if I could come in and help you guys host it. You know, I mean, I know you guys are busy, but if we did it, we need to collaborate more. And I've been getting quite a few help requests from Texas. And so what we're doing is finally getting out to people, and it's starting to resonate. So we want to take advantage of that. And I'm just saying that accident scene management class it's just getting too close into your writing season that I just really hate to wait that long. And we need to get you guys in one now. And like I said, if the Harley Davidson dealer has time and it's good, but if not, it's as simple as finding a VFW or an American Legion or I used to do them at Hampton Inns because they had the audiovisual and the conference room, and then they would bring in the food, whatever we need to do. But it is so vitally important. And I just said this, I did this video in Vegas, and I said, you know, in 8 years, we have trained 700 riders to be trained in accident scene management, but there's tens of thousands of motorcycle riders in Nevada. There's hundreds of thousands of motorcycle riders in your state. And I'm not saying it needs to bubble to the surface, but I can't remember the last time there was an accident scene management class with any frequency in your state. And those classes will save a life.
Glenn and
Austin.
Yeah.
did one in Austin. We haven't had any here in the DFW.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you take 100,000, couple 100,000 motorcycle riders. We need to be doing that with more frequency. And so I will be happy to help you and be the body that gets everybody seated and talk about riding with the 99, whatever we need to do to get these riders safe.
That's perfect, Lori. All right. Well, we'll have a conference call. We'll all get on a conference call. We got to get on a conference call.
Hey, did we ever get on that cruise?
No. And that we'll speak about on the conference call because Johnny was not too happy about that either. So I don't even think he's going.
Okay. Well, you know, the other thing we could do is we could do that veteran Margaritaville cruise.
We can rent a pontoon.
Yeah.
But you both are veterans. You can go for free.
Just kidding.
Remember the Margaritaville cruise is free?
Oh, what?
Yeah, remember Margaritaville out of Florida, Tampa, or wherever there's a Margarita, they allow so many veterans on a cruise for free.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm getting my husband.
I told you guys that when I came back from there. That I'm just saying that would be a great way for the 99 to do a booze cruise and get some veterans and let's have a conversation with them about doing a veterans cruise. Now, the whole thing couldn't be free. Maybe it's free for one person and you have to pay for your guests, something. But my point is that I don't, you see country cruise and you see jazz cruise. I want a veterans cruise. It's nothing but our veterans.
That would be so cool.
Patriotic at the sea.
There we go. Yeah. All right, Lori, we got to roll. We got to roll because we got bag ladies.
Bad ladies too. Oh my God, you would not believe.
Do you want to stay
Laurie-
on? Do you want to stay on when Bag Lady Sue comes on? You want to say hello?
Yeah, is she 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, stay on. Stay on. When you see her, come on. We'll pop you back in.
Okay, we'll do this. And then tell her you got someone that wants to say hi to her.
Oh,
Okay, you got it. You got it. All right. So stay there. When we call you back up, you're going to come back up. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thanks. Lori Montoya with Biking Down out in Colorado. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back. And hopefully Bag Lady Sue will be on. And if not, we'll just talk about some events until Bag Lady Sue comes on. Ride with the 99. We'll be back after this.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe and somebody did a suicide left in front of me and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing tragically my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star stitched on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. Coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Battling Betty's of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smile, standing at attention. Teasing waves, vintage art. For every soldier, every medic on call, every siren. In the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm. Like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Man, we were just waiting on a couple of our guests to get here. Bag Lady Sue's running a little behind. We got Matt Cahill who's running a little bit behind. But Natalie just walked into the studio. She's on time. She's on time. But we're gonna hit some of the events. Actually, Natalie, you can come on up here real quick.
We're gonna talk about some stuff coming up.
Talk about the event that's coming up this Friday night, which is going to benefit our Green Star Families of America. So, and Natalie's is Matt on yet or no? No. All right. So, welcome, Natalie.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Actually, you've been all over the place. You've been doing a lot of running around and traveling for either Heroes in the Sky or the Green Star Families of America. There's a lot going on, and Matt told me about a bill that just was passed.
It is in the House right now.
It's in the House right
Yeah,
now.
and we have a couple, like 5 or 6 sponsors on it. It's a non-bipartisan bill to create a Green Star Family Service banner for the veterans lost to suicide.
You know, and which is so important. You know, the number 22 is far gone. We are probably close to the number of 30 or 40. And it could be even harder than that because there's no telling on a lot of our homeless vets that are out there, our veterans that just don't have family, that you know, we lose because they have battling the mental health issue that is plaguing a lot of our military personnel across the country. When they come back from service, they lose their purpose. They're thrown into the civilian population, and there's no transition aspect in it. It's here's your papers, see you later, goodbye. And a lot of these veterans do not know how to reacclimate themselves back into civilian society after being deployed for so long. So, Natalie, the Green Star Families of America, tell us a little bit about that and the event that we're going to be hosting on Friday night.
Yeah, Green Star Families of America is about the families that have lost their service member, their veterans, to suicide. We hope that we can get this bill passed, which is HR 6022, to get at least a service banner where we can have a starting foundation and the recognition for veteran suicide, just like the Gold Star banner.
Yes.
But it is for specifically veteran suicide. That will give us the foundation where we can start getting it federally recognized and then start adding programs and assistance and different things for the families.
And when you talk about programs and assistance, which is so important, because you being a widow of a veteran suicide,
Correct.
You know, there were no resources for you.
No, I had to figure out a lot of things on my own.
You know, there's no number you can call. There's no network you can tap into, except the basic suicide networks. But a lot of those do not understand what the veteran family goes through.
Right.
So with this bill being passed, if it gets passed, and I'm sure it will once you get more sponsors on it, will open up so many doors for so many families across the nation to have the services available for them.
Right. I mean, when you go through the VA, when you're starting to get just your benefits, they don't give you like, hey, here's this program or that program. I had to find everything out on my own. I had an amazing VSO that helped me to get my benefits and guided me through that process. But everything else I found out through resources through other veteran widows Facebook pages or word of mouth by this widow or that widow and different things I've done throughout the last couple of years. And they've given me like resources like, you know, the Gary Sinise Snowball Foundation or TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Survivors Program. Those I didn't know about. I came across them. So
on social media.
Yeah.
See, and here's another thing. And, you know, and you're young, you're in that generation of social media.
Yeah.
So how about those families that aren't so apt into social media yet? They don't know the resources. How many benefits, how many resources, how many things are they losing out on because they don't know how to navigate through and there's nobody there to help them?
A lot. I mean, there's even families that have come across that didn't even know they had
benefits,
burial. And so they're having to go back and trying to re-get that even from the VA because of the lack of knowledge or
education.
What is it? In the funeral homes, like they don't
tell you.
Luckily, I had a great funeral home that knew about military stuff. It's called Liaison. There needs to be a military liaison in every funeral home to help guide the families through this, to know like, hey, and all I needed when I went in was his DDG 14 and to know he was military. I mean, that was just a simple question. Hey, was your loved one military
Right.
at any point? And then go from there. But there's a lot of families that have not even known that they could have them, that had the burial stuff and then could have had them buried at the national cemeteries for no cost. So anything behind the gates of the national cemetery is no charge.
It's no charge. Now, getting on to the DD 214, a lot of spouses may not even know what a DD 214 is.
Yeah.
Or their other spouse may have it in a file someplace, buried under a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
And it's not accessible. So in that case, could the spouse file for a DD 214?
Correct. They can. There is a link that goes to the VA, the Veterans Affairs, to be able to get copies of those DD 214s. And again, luckily, my husband had gotten out. We were together when he had gotten out, so I kept pretty good records. So I knew exactly where it was because they told him when he got out, guard this with your life. And it went straight into the safe.
Yeah.
So luckily I had access to his, and a lot of people don't, or they're older.
Or they move a couple of times.
Things happens. You got fires, you got different things, and that gets lost. But yeah, there is ways to get copies of that DD 214.
So you guys can help support the Green Star Families of America this Friday here in Texas, Harley Davidson, here in the DFW area, at 1 Texas Harley Way.
Laughter for a cause.
Yeah, it's Laughter for a Cause. Bag Lady Sue, is she on yet? Oh no, damn it! That Bag Lady. She's probably getting dressed. Bag Lady Sue is going to be here in the DFW area at Texas Harley Davidson, supporting and raising money for the Green Star Families of America. Now that money is going to help in so many different ways to the not only the charity itself, but to the education process, because that gives you guys a lot of your stuff that you're doing now, you and Matt and everybody else, it's out of pocket.
Right. I mean, everything that basically it's me and Matt right now, and everything that we are doing, any trips we take or events that we go to put a table out for resources, that is all on us right now.
Right. And then, pamphlets and all the stuff that you got to hand out.
Table
for
covers.
Yeah.
Pamphlets.
It costs money.
Challenge coins that we've done.
Yeah.
The details.
People don't understand that there's a lot that goes behind in the advertising to get to the final goal on where you have to be. So money has to be spent in order to help provide further and get these things and to be recognized pretty much.
Yeah.
Our
website was not free.
Yeah.
We had to pay. Yeah. We had to pay for the website.
And then the updates on the website and the upkeep and everything else.
That's a monthly cost.
Yep. So there's a lot of things that that go into this, but it's for our veterans and our veterans who serve us each and every day. Protecting our country, we have to protect them when they come home. We have to embrace them when they come home. And Friday, we're going to feel that with Bag Lady Sue, the queen of motorcycle comedy, is going to be here in the DFW area at Texas Harley Davidson. The doors will open at 6 o'clock. The show will start at 8. You can get tickets at bagladysue.com, or you can come to Harley Davidson and purchase your ticket at the door.
First come, first seat.
Yeah, because it is going to be limited seating because fire code is only going to allow us so many people. So if you aren't there and we have to say fire code violation, that's it. We have enough people, you're going to get out. So get your tickets today. If you get your ticket, you're guaranteed a seat. We will have beer and wine and a couple of food trucks, food trucks there. So it's going to be an amazing event. And I wish Bag Lady Sue was on. That's way we'd be able to or Matt was on.
Well, so
what happened was
no, seriously, like I kind of freaked out a little bit. He's like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, we had an explosion just a few miles from my house."
Oh no!
Jeez,
there was some crazy stuff going on up in PA. So maybe that's
probably
maybe she's having an issue
wow.
also. Yeah, he said they were on what is it?
I think that
Wow.
goes under the category of excuse.
That's a good excuse.
I mean,
You know,
he says,
my dog ate my homework or something exploded in PA. Yeah.
yeah, he said it was just a few miles from his house. Oh, 2 miles. Let's see. That's we just had a very, very big explosion less than 2 miles from my house. We're getting slammed with shelter in place and warnings and sirens.
Oh yeah, he's
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So
He ain't coming on.
yeah, no, that's hey. Well,
is okay.
safety is more important. Take care of your family, Matt.
he just said he'll be on as soon as he can. But
Okay.
No, he can,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
so being Sue's up there too, she may be having some. I don't know.
Maybe.
There's no tell with her.
Maybe.
But I can't
Yeah.
wait to meet her.
Well,
though.
she's on the East Coast too. So I don't know if she may be in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
up
she
there.
I think she is in
Can't
Pennsylvania.
disclose
So
those locations.
yes, we
secret, top secret.
So hopefully all our guests are okay and everybody else in that surrounding area is okay. Our prayers are going out to you. So that's going to be Bag Lady Sue at Texas Harley Davidson on Friday night. Then Saturday we are going to re-host the 22-08 Battle Vest dedication that we held at Barrel and Bones during the ice storm. Barrel and Bones kept the doors open for us, and we were allowed to do our small dedication there. But we are going to do the official dedication here at Texas Harley Davidson at 1:00 on Saturday. And tell us a little bit about the Heroes in the Sky and the Battle Vest dedication.
Yeah, Heroes in the Sky is very awesome. And so, like John said, is we had the original one planned for what was it, January,
Yeah.
and then the ice.
We got hit that with that.
Oh, yeah, hit with the ice storm. I know.
Storm that day.
So I didn't get to actually make it. So I'm excited to go and be able to be a part of it and be in front and center on the rescheduled event.
Yeah.
So my husband's name is on this battle vest, so it's awesome to have something close to home where we can go and
Displayed
look
forever.
Yeah, displayed forever.
19 heroes names from across the DFW area and across the country will be on this vest. And you know, one thing that really warms my heart, and I forgot her name and her child's name, but during that ice storm, and this is how much this vest means to the families, is that this family drove from McAllen, Texas, through that ice storm with her child to get here for that battle vest dedication.
I think you're talking about Ruth.
Oh, okay.
I think she's Hispanic.
Yes.
Girl.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
short, like a short.
Yes. Yes.
That is Ruth. I
Ruth.
actually got to meet her. I met Ruth. And
her and her daughter showed up.
yes, I got to actually meet Ruth in Colorado when I went for a military widows retreat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's where I got to meet Ruth at. And I
She
didn't
is
know
a
she was.
wonderful-
Yeah, I
she
didn't
is a
know.
wonderful
I was like,
woman.
oh my god, I didn't know you were gonna be here. She's like, I didn't even think to tell you until I saw your Daniel's name on the vest, and she's like, oh shit, I better. And then she was messaging me. I was like, damn it.
And just to give you guys, that aren't in Dallas, McAllen, Texas is all the way down by the border. So that is a 10 to 12 hour drive in horrific icy conditions because that battle vest meant so much to her and her child, and they made it here. So we as supporters of our veteran community can make the trip in this nice weather. It may rain. If it doesn't rain or whatever it is, to get to Harley Davidson on Saturday and support our military families and our first responder families that are going to be dedicated on that vest. We'll be reading the names of those on the vest, and the battle vest will be in Harley forever. The 99% Radio Network, Glenn Lawson, and the Biker Wolfpack have donated that vest to Texas Harley Davidson, so that will be on display in Texas Harley Davidson for as long as they want to keep it there. So that's going to be on Saturday, right after the comedy show on Friday. So two great fundraising shows, Friday and Saturday. Something for you to do. Saturday with the family, Friday adults only, and good adults. No, because if you're offended, if you don't like the F word, man, you better stay home.
Yeah.
But it's going to get a little raunchy. Oh, Matt's on? All right, so let's bring on Matt real quick. Am I saying his last name right? Cahill?
Cahill.
Cahill?
Same difference.
Welcome, Matt Cahill. Oop. Matt, you there? He's muted?
You're muted, Matt.
Matt, you're muted. Take yourself off mute. Huh? You good? Matt, you there?
I'm here. Hi.
All right, we can hear you now. You're
Hi,
muted.
John.
Hey, welcome, brother. I'm here with Natalie and Pitbull, And we heard you had a little emergency. Are you okay? First off,
Roger. Everybody's safe that I know of so far. It's still unraveling. There's quite the explosion a little bit away from me, about not even 2 miles, and shelter in place. Shook my whole house and flipped my dogs out. But
wow. Well,
yeah, thankfully. So,
well, I'm glad you're okay, and thank you for during this emergency for coming on to the 99. And that shows how important the Green Star Families of America mean. Even during a house rattling, shaking explosion, I'm out there, and I'm going to make sure you're showing your true veteran colors. That I am going to move forward with this. So thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. And yeah, so
Natalie took the role right now, and she kind of talked about a little bit about the Green Star Families and the endorsements you guys are getting on the government floor for the bill to be passed. Tell us why you started Green Star Families of America.
So in 2019, when I was medically retired, I wanted to help take the pressure off of the local VAs, such as the Delaware VA and the Pennsylvania's VA hospitals, with the shortage of therapists in the area to help treat veterans and their PTSD, and as well as family members of the veterans with the PTSD. So I got into equine assisted therapy, and I got into school for my Master of Social Work. And while working through that in the very short year between retiring and in the program, my cousin, who's a military veteran as well, an Army PSYOP NCO, died by suicide due to things that he was struggling with from his deployments and stuff. That rocked me pretty hard. That was actually coming up, St. Patrick's Day on the 17th of March.
Wow.
Then a few months later, a really good longtime friend of mine who was a Special Forces soldier and, sustained an injury where he lost his hand to a Chinese grenade over in Afghanistan, trained really hard, got back in and was allowed to deploy 3 more times after qualifying to go back to Afghanistan. Then when he couldn't deploy anymore, he joined the Army Paralympic teams, and he did the triathlons and that kind of stuff. He was struggling with a lot of demons, but like 3 months after my cousin, he wound up dying by suicide as well. And I was like, this has to stop. There needs to be something for the families. There needs to be some formal recognition so that when I, talk to my cousin's mom, that I can call her something like a Gold Star parent would be called, like a Gold Star mother, Gold Star father. And I searched the internet for a good couple months looking to see if there was already an organization that was out there. And I just noticed that there was a lot of organizations, nonprofits forming and for-profits to try and work on the prevention of suicide, but there is no real organization focusing on the families or the post-ventive side of suicide. And I was like, you know what, let's do some research. And Kelly Green, actually, as you can see, is the international color for behavioral health, mental health. I didn't want to do suicide specific because I believe that was teal and purple, and diagnoses change. So I wanted to do something all encompassing for mental health. I actually reached out to the Institute of Heraldry, which is an organization, government organization, I believe, or was, and then got decommissioned or whatever. But, they were more than helpful. They sent me all of the records about Gold Star and how it was incepted and when, and, even the documents that worked its way through Congress and that the president signed. So I just structured everything off of that and just changed the star from gold or blue to the green and started lobbying with Congress and learned a lot there. One of the interesting parts that we learned is that Gold Star and Blue Star is actually more or less owned by the Department of Defense, DOD. Whereas with a Green Star, it covers both active duty and veterans and retirees. So it would include not only the DOD, but the VA. And the problem with that is there's no overseeing agency to fully take suicide as a whole issue between active duty or just veterans, in general, which I think that's where the gap truly is. Nobody can truly take this and say, okay, let's study it. Let's collect that information. Let's, if there was a wall to be built today for all the veterans who died by suicide, no office would be able to, one single office would be able to give those names to the people that wanted to do the memorial. So
let me ask you something. Do you think the stigma of mental health and the stigma of suicide is one of these speed bumps that you guys are facing? Because nobody wants to really, when we talk about, and this is what we do in all workshops that I do, when we talk about post-traumatic stress, we don't call it a post-traumatic, it's not a disorder. It's a post-traumatic stress injury. We call it PTSI instead of PTSD. We found out that the disorder, was put in there because of the DSM-5. Now, that's only a billing issue through doctors that can send you to, this way they're able to send you for therapy. You have to be registered in the DSM-5. It's a little code, and that's why they call it a disorder. That disorder stigmatizes people. And if we call it an injury, it's just like a broken arm. It's an invisible injury to the brain, and we got to wipe away the stigma. Do you feel that many are shying away from this because of the stigma that mental health has?
I absolutely do. I entered the military in 1993 with a bunch of Vietnam veterans who were pretty much like, don't talk about it. It doesn't exist. Drink your problems away and don't talk about it. To a slow evolution that when it was really rearing its head, probably in the early 2000s, like 2005 to 2010, it was a huge problem, as we can all tell, with 140,000 veterans who've died by suicide since 2001.
Jesus.
Where, hey, they're showing signs, they're exhibiting the issues, but nobody, including command nor the medical structure in the military, knew how to handle this or what to do with it. So it was automatic, like, hey, give them a referral. Next thing you know, they were chopped out of the military, and you never really heard from that veteran again, unless you were really good friends with them, that kind of thing. The stigmas have been breaking down to where the command was pretty much accepting it. Like, I'm going to be blunt. So
yeah, no, be blunt, because this is what I see. I see, like, and I'm not a veteran. I am a first responder. I'm not a veteran, but I see and I hear things about the VA, and I haven't had direct contact with many people at the VA, but I hear the horror stories. And when you take just like a first responder, if you put a first responder on a therapist's couch who is not a first responder, it's like talking to a wall, because they have no idea what you went through. When you put a veteran in a therapist's office, or they're bouncing from 6 different therapists that just got out of friggin' school on counseling, they have no idea on how to treat a veteran. You have to have veterans treating veterans. You have to have counselors who've been there, who know it, who can feel it, in order to heal somebody that is battling it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what we need. And bouncing around from couch to couch, just so they can bill, I think it's preposterous that they do that, because they don't offer the equine therapy. And like, I went through EMDR, I went through all that shit. The only thing that actually pulled me out of the rabbit hole was equine therapy, and they don't offer that. But they just want to put you on a freaking couch or put pills in you. And that's not how we got to treat our veterans when they come home.
Well, if you look at medicine, every organ, every body part technically has specialists that specialize in that specific injury condition. Look at sports medicine, a whole entire department dedicated just to people who play sports.
Yeah.
Where with mental health, you've got a blanket thing of like, hey, my child's acting up in school, and my husband just came home from being in war. Oh, well, they get to see the same therapist because they're applying the same therapy theory to both of those individuals.
And they're two different things. They're two different animals.
It can't be. I mean, the types of therapy I like to do that I feel is effective, that isn't quite sanctioned yet by the mental health field, is more of a progressive type of therapy, where it's like, okay, these are the issues. What are you going to do about them? Like, let's get motivated. Let's tackle them. Let's get, working on it. Whereas you're not really allowed to do that. Like, especially when I graduated school, I was like, when are we going to learn something that's going to work other than just help guide, if you will, the client through it, you know?
No,
So
I get you. And here's my take on that. And I 100% agree with you, because especially with mental health therapy, there is no right cure. It's whatever works for the individual. So if drawing or painting or archery or ballet or working out or whatever works for you to keep you out of that rabbit hole, I don't care what it is. And it works. And if it works, we should be paying for it. We should be offering it. We should be letting the veteran try out different modalities until he or she finds one that works for them, be it fishing, hunting, kayaking, hiking, camping, whatever it is, because everybody's an individual. It's not like a broken bone where, hey, everybody's ulna is going to heal in one way or another. The brain, everybody's brain is different, and we have to look at it that way.
one of the major points that you keep bringing up that I really want to focus on is the invisible injury aspect of it.
Yes.
Before we had microscopes, it was like invisible illnesses were killing people. Then we invented the microscope and we were able to see cells. We were able to see the pathogens, the bacteria, things that were making people sick and killing them. I believe that there's some sort of something that we need to figure out to invent so that we can see what these actual injuries are and where we can start to, work and help people to correct these issues.
Well, we do. We actually do. We do. And here's another thing that we do not do for our veterans, because many of our veterans have TBIs, right? We are not doing proper brain scans when they get back, right? I went for a brain scan, didn't know I had 3 friggin' TBIs. Who knew? And they're just color-coded things in your brain that's going to show you where your TBI is. And like mine is in my frontal cortex, which affects memory. It affects so many different things. So decision-making and everything else. So it depends on where your TBI is. Our veterans are getting hit with concussion grenades. They're hearing explosions all the time. There's so many things that impact the brain that we're not looking at. They're not offering these things. So we do have a way to see it. We can look at the brain, but we're not doing it for our veterans.
And that's still in developmental stages largely. I know what you're talking about, the MRAs and the functional MRIs and that kind of stuff. And yeah, they're quite expensive, and they're still like, hey, well, what does it look like in this person's brain and that person's brain? But one of the major things that we've known about for years is people with PTSD have bigger basilar brains. That's base brain thinking. And what you're describing with all the TBIs and stuff is higher level corticate types of injuries. What they already know, though, is that our basilar brains are already way bigger than other people's, because we had to develop that in order to be able to survive during combat. Now, when I got back, it was, a not even 2-week process to demob or, come off of active duty to be returned back to our home stations. Whereas, the one train up took 3 months when I was going to be with the infantry. Another train up took 3 weeks when I was going out with the MPs. There's no D training, if you will, to kind of like, hey, still get up at a certain time, prepare your own breakfasts, dress yourself in non-military garb, and, try to come up with a regular semblance of your day is something that I think would be very beneficial to not only getting veterans into the routine of doing that. Because honestly, I didn't cook for myself when I was on active duty the whole entire time.
Right.
We weren't even allowed to have hot plates in our rooms. I mean, which was always the joke. We can be in charge of multi-million-dollar equipment, tanks, strikers, weapon systems, whatever, but we couldn't be trusted with a hot plate in our barracks. So
well, there's no proper. I mean, and like I said, I've never deployed, but there's no proper transition when you leave. It's here's this stuff. See you later. Go to the VA or go to the VFW or go to the American Legion. They'll figure it out. Go to the DAV. There's no transition out, right?
Correct.
Now, we discussed a lot of stuff with the Green Star families, going back down to World War II. We called it shell shock, and then in Vietnam we called it battle fatigue, And then as we keep putting different names on it, we have a lot of young, and I don't want to sound derogatory or sound wrong. We have a lot of military service members now in their early 20s that have, I want to say, shitty resilience, okay, because they grew up in this millennial atmosphere. And I want to say that they're not as strong as our Vietnam vets. I'm not putting them down, but they're not as strong as our Vietnam vets that came out, or our World War II vets, or our Afghan vets, okay? They weren't put into this military with a built-up resiliency. I worry for them coming back from these deployments because I think it's going to impact our newer military worse than it did our prior. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. And even though there's less forces that are, hand-to-hand or like more infantry types of MOSs, you're going to, definitely see more drone MOSs, more furtherly removed from the battlefield types of MOSs. There's still going to be that mental aspect that once they start figuring out like, hey, what I mean? And I don't really want to say that their resilience is defined simply because they're softer or weaker or anything. I don't think that's it. I really think that it's the family type of unit that it's been breaking down over the years. And with the World War II populace, there was much larger percentage of society that was involved with that whole campaign and World War.
Right.
And it's dwindled ever since. We get back to the Vietnam era, there was still a strong family unit. And then our wars, Iraq and Afghanistan, and it was quite considerable how many people came from really broken homes or, fatherless homes types of things, and a smaller populace where, hey, Johnny 2 doors down was, you guys can connect. Like, it's even harder, even with me, where yes, I've got a few veterans from the Vietnam era here, but like to find someone that was in the Iraq, Afghanistan, I don't even really know of any that I can think of. There's one, Brian Sheets, and he's in the next county. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of these veterans are going to come home to their studio apartments because they are not married. They are many of them are single. So they're going to come home to, they went from being in the bar crowd and clubbing to the military for schooling, and now they got deployed, and now they're going to come back and go, wow, I'm in a studio apartment by myself. I got no one to bounce these thoughts off of.
And not only that, but I hear so often too from the younger veterans, hey, these guys are all worried about what kind of phone or getting the newest iPhone and like stuff that they don't care about, because it's like, once you've kind of had a brush with death, you kind of don't take the same things as seriously and don't understand why they're all focused on what they're wearing and their clothes and their fashion or who likes them or how many followers they got, rather than like the real important stuff of, hey, I just want a dog, a companion, somebody that, you can be close to.
Yeah.
And I really feel the newer generations don't really understand what that means. So
that's why I'm glad you have this foundation, because you are looking to the future. You are looking to the spouses, and hopefully you don't get one more Green Star family. I hope you get no more Green Star family members. I really hope. And
my honest to God goal, and you can ask Natalie, because I've said this to her many a time. We are all working so hard for this banner that hopefully in 10 years after its creation, it goes away because we don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you. You never want to add names, just like with Heroes in the Sky with the battle vest. I hope we never have to put another battle vest in a location or put another name on a wall. But I know that's unrealistic, but we have to stay strong for the families that are left behind. We have to make sure that the spouses are not now battling a secondary form of post-traumatic stress, because we did not help them like we didn't help their spouses. So what you're doing and what bringing the Green Star families forward and getting this bill passed, like Natalie was saying, is bringing education, resources, tools for those spouses so they don't slip down that rabbit hole. This way they could process correctly what they are going through.
Absolutely. And it's also the future of our volunteer forces. A lot of people join the military because it's a family tradition. Hey, whether it's to serve one, contract or 20 years, make it a lifetime, that kind of thing. If we keep going the way we're going, I mean, if I came down the steps and found my father, who's a Vietnam veteran, if he had died by suicide, I don't know if I would have joined the military, So we as a country need to do this, not only to help these families, but to secure our future with the voluntary force.
Without a doubt. And, I just got to bring up a quick story because this is going on in my family right now, is that my father-in-law, 86 years old, he's with CB6, So he just had triple bypass surgery. And when we talk about resiliency and, how men were then and how men are now, he had triple bypass surgery. They cracked his chest open on a Friday, right? Did the triple bypass surgery. Saturday morning, right? I called Pitbull because she's like, how's Pops doing? How's Pops doing? I go, he's ripping the tube out of his mouth, ready to sit up. And he's like, give me a cup of coffee and a cigarette. And I mean, this man. And the nurses and the doctors are like, Bob, you want a painkiller? Are you in pain? He's like, no, I want coffee. Give me something to eat. My throat is scratchy. I'm like, this son of a bitch just went cracked. I don't know if I could do that. But that's where the difference is.
Well, I got a Vietnam father-in-law that I take care of. He's in a home, and we had the same scare this past weekend. They called us, and he's on hospice, and blood pressure was like 50/40. I mean, crazy. 3 hours later, he's having birthday cake for his 85th birthday with us. Like,
it's just amazing.
Agent Orange, Vietnam. I mean.
It's amazing the difference in I don't. It's got to be a mental health thing. It's got to be a mental.
Because I think they're all strong. I think we got a lot of strong men and women.
I think we do. There. We got a lot of pussies out there too. They get a splinter. They get a splinter, and they're crying, or their phone breaks, and they're like, "Oh, Mom, give me." It's a different atmosphere, and it worries me for the future. And that's why we have to build up. We have to build up this education. We have to support the Green Star families of America and get out there and help. Because it's only going to get worse in the future. That's my take on it anyway.
Well, then, I have a double dose because my son is actually active duty right now in Alaska in the Air Force. So with everything going on, I'm a scared mom.
Fairbanks?
Anchorage.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, he's a scared kid. I'm a scared mom.
He may be scared when he gets out, though.
Yeah, he may be leaving and going somewhere soon. And we just had a conversation. So it's like, he has that, I'm mom. He has no relationship with his bio mom right now. Plus, obviously his father died by suicide. Yeah. So that is an extra worry for me with him.
Without a doubt. I mean, now, and here's to all the moms and even the dads out there who put their kids in the military, say, hey, you can get this, you get the military benefit for college, go to college, and you get this military thing. And now we are at that point in time where we are bordering on a war, and we just lost 6 wonderful men and women who, in this first Iran drone attack. And I'm sure that, I hope to say that we don't have any more, but I think there will be more casualties. But for parents, this has got to be the ultimate in stress and pressure and
I think
and
it's
fear
a stress and
fear
honor thing, in my opinion, because I grew up I was the kid, my dad was a full burger, and I was the kid, all my classmates went to the Army except me. So I was my biggest regret, because honestly that it is one of my biggest regrets, and I hope my son does go into the Army. I hope he does join a service, because I think it was the most honorable thing that I missed out on. In my
you're supporting now, so it's
supporting now, but I mean, I think it's great because they might go in a little bit scared, they might go in a little bit distracted or not know their purpose. But I think when they get in there, I've seen so many cases of those kids go in there and they come out the best fucking American soldiers. I mean,
when I was in high school,
pride.
When I was in high school, I seen kids, the dirt bags,
and they
left
Lieutenant,
high school, and they went to the military service. When they came back after 4 years, I was like, you are a different person.
Because it was about direction. It was they had a direction. It was perfect. And this is a badass direction to go into. I mean, they don't want to sit behind a desk. They don't want to do other things. They would have fight for their country. And
Guys,
I think it's
chicks
a
dig it, man.
badass-
Chicks dig
They
it.
dig it. Trust me. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is just confidence to make a decision and follow it.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest thing that I learned, and I've seen a lot of people learn from the military, is take control of whatever the situation, which is like your life, and figure out how to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think the big lack, with the future, the generations of today, like when Saturday kicked off, I was up till 2 a.m. because I had a feeling, and I was watching certain YouTube channels that are in the know, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And it was coming, and like as soon as it launched, I'm like, all right, I gotta go to sleep because this is gonna be fierce and quick and everything. But Saturday, still no mainstream media, no reporting. It was angering me. And I'm texting family members and friends saying, hey, you might want to go out and fill up your gas tank and get some extra fuel and get ready. Why? What's happening? Nobody knew. And then I started seeing reports later Saturday and Sunday. And what's really been ticking me off are these federal representatives who are literally saying, like, this is going to fail. This isn't, right. This is against the law. Like, stop lying. It is not against the law. They're, like, look up and educate yourself if you don't even know as a legislator.
Well, it's
Well,
funny.
two
There's
of those-
actually a sound clip of Pelosi when he was, when Bob was, we don't need to ask for me. It's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. They just see people are uneducated and they just want to have their narrative and go with it. It's
Well, we had the
crazy.
primaries yesterday, and 2 of those people will be working at Popeye's Fried Chicken soon. So we don't really have to worry about them anymore either.
They're going to start up daycares in their states.
That's right. And that, you bring up a point with our media too. A lot of our networks are scared to show this. They're scared to report on it because they're afraid to voice their real political opinions and say, hey, this is what needs to be done. They're scared. They have no balls and they don't want to say it. So they don't want to screw up the network's real narrative or their liberal narrative. Show the world what's going on and give
Trust
people
me, you'll
a taste.
get a lot more followers.
Give people a taste of reality, and and like you said, fill up your gas tanks, charge your batteries, grab some extra canned food because you know what, it could hit the USA. This attack, these cell attacks, we had it here in Austin. Watch your 6. Make sure your head's on a swivel. There are a lot of things you have to take into account right now. We are in some dangerous times, but we will get through it because we have a president that's got the biggest balls in the world that's going to say, listen, I gave you an option. You didn't take it. Guess what? Now we're sinking your ship. Guess what? Now we're blowing up your buildings. Guess what?
You sunk my battleship.
You sank my battleship. That's it, man. We got a president with no balls, and all of these countries who
With
thought,
balls.
yeah, who
With balls.
who
With
yeah,
balls.
with balls. We
With,
got
with balls.
with balls.
I like
With
them
balls?
with balls.
You like them with balls.
With balls.
They're so used to the Obama and the Biden administration going,
With no balls.
no balls. Here's $6 trillion.
They
Here's $6 million.
identify. They identify with balls.
Yes.
But they don't got them.
So,
the biggest thing that I heard that really sent me through the roof is, what did Iran do to us for us to hit them? I'm like, just because it has a different name like Hezbollah or, the Houthis, that's still Iran. And what we fought the 2 wars for in Iran and Afghanistan, we're backed by the Iranians. So, gee, I don't know. Let's actually say what happened and why.
Exactly. I mean, but see, here's where the media fails. We fail to educate properly. There's too many lies, propaganda, false narratives that are going on.
We're not starting a war. We're ending a 47-year-old war.
When Iranians are jumping up and down in the streets of New York
Saying,
and
"Thank you,
California,
Trump."
thank you, Trump. You know what? I think we did the right thing. And then we got Americans going, we are against this.
They're not
What?
Americans.
Well,
we got
what?
white liberal women
Yes.
out there.
Yes. Karen, go home, man.
They got like a whole vest of flags
my
that they
God.
wear.
These women got to get on like the Adam and Eve website and just really satisfy themselves a little bit before they start speaking, because this is what they need. They do before they start speaking some of these.
Or if you feel that strongly, sign up, join one of the services and go over and, see what it's really like,
You want to make some change? Put your money where your mouth is.
That's right, man. And you know what? Once again, Matt, me, Pipple, the 99% Radio Network, Biker the Biker Wolfpack, Glenn Lawson Law. We are 100% committed to you and
And the
following you
Bettys.
and the Battling Betties. We are all here for you and Natalie. What can our listening public do for you to help you get this word out? Letter campaigns. What can we do to really get this ball rolling and help Natalie here in Texas and really support her in her work? With what can we do?
Number one is definitely get to the Bag Lady show at the Texas Harley Davidson shop Saturday. And then the second part, this is the easiest, and you can do it in about 5 minutes, not even. Go on congress.gov, find your representative by typing in your address and your zip code. It'll come up with your state senate or your federal senators and your federal Congress people. All you have to do is just a quick, nice, easy, short message. Please support HR 6022, the Green Star bill. That's it. And then what they do, the representatives, so many of them, like especially today, are like, sure, not a problem. And they co-sponsor and co-sign the bill. Those that were specifically pushing to be addressed are the representatives who are on the Judiciary Committee, which is Chip Roy, Jasmine Crockett, Lance Gooden, and Wesley Hunt. Those are just the 4 from Texas that are on the committee.
Not no more. There's
that,
3.
well,
No more
for the rest of this year. And we have such momentum. Like, we have 4 co-sponsors on this bill, and a lot of the representatives on the Judiciary Committee are not going to be in Congress next year when Congress changes over. Mm-hmm. So we can get this bill passed this year. And for right now, these representatives, because they're on the Judiciary Committee, the committee can say, hey, this is a good bill. It's not asking for any money from the government. It's completely safe, and like there's no weird things coming from the outside. And then they can present it to Congress to get voted on. But every representative counts as well. So even if they're not on the Judiciary Committee, the more co-sponsors we have, the easier this is going to glide through. Even your senators can do a companion bill to the Green Star HR 6022. Yeah.
Yep. And you know what? Once again, this is a bipartisan thing. Doesn't matter Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, whatever it is. This is about the United States of America. This is where bipartisan is, where all our senators, all our Congress people, all our politicians, Scott, who join together to really support our men and women that are fighting for our country. And Ty, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. I don't want to put. I was just going to call you Ty. He put in the comments. So why doesn't Trump stand up against Putin? Putin has crapped on the U.S. each time, leaving us looking weak in comparison. I agree with you 100%. I think we should blow the shit out of Russia, and I think we should end Putin's life right now. But I'm sure that
but it's a game of chess.
I
You
am
gotta
sure.
play your cards
Yes.
right.
Yeah. He is about 12 steps ahead. Trump's about 12 steps ahead in the chess game. I'm sure when in the late 80s in the mob, they used to put out a red light a red light order or a whacking order. And it usually took a couple of months before that person was found in a trunk or in a flower bed. I'm sure Putin's time is limited on this earth. I'm sure it's coming.
You got to play your cards right.
I'm sure that red light order has been issued, and I'm sure there's some military guy with a drone over Putin's head right now.
Oh, they got it honed in. They're just waiting for the red button push.
Yep.
So here's what I believe.
We should
with
take
that situation, just because I love talking to you guys about stuff that no one else talks to me about. I believe Trump is really trying to get Europe to arm up and do things so that Russia and Putin could be repelled. That never materialized. And then he went throughout the Middle East and got all the Arab countries where I love seeing all the Arab countries working together and working with Israel. And look what we were able to accomplish by hitting Iran.
Yep.
Now, if Europe had done that and started spending the correct amount of GDP on their weapons and upgrading their systems and that kind of stuff, there might be a totally different scenario happening over in Ukraine and in Russia. But if they're not putting up the will to, resist and actually take care of the situation, I think Trump was absolutely right to stay back and say, you know what, we're not going to interfere anymore because we need a collective effort for it to work in the long run.
Right. 100%. 100%. but we're not really going to get political. All I want to know is, I hope when they blow up Putin,
We're not going to get political.
He's sitting on his horse. He's sitting on his horse with no shirt on, looking up at that bomb that's about to drop down on him. That's what I just hope. And I hope
what we learned with Saddam Hussein. What we learned with Saddam Hussein is sometimes the leader is doing bad things only to keep the really bad people from really doing more horrible stuff.
Play the game a little bit.
Got to play the game. You know, I hope more Americans wake up. You know, America is a place where we will take care of everybody, but you know what? We got to take care of our American veterans, our first responders, our homeless people, our single moms out there that are trying to get food each and every day. Let's start putting that money into the programs that work in America for the American people. And then after those people are taken care of, why not, man? Now let's start taking care of other people in a humanity aspect. But otherwise, the American people, the American citizens first. That's what I believe in.
Word.
Absolutely. And whatever we figure out with the veterans and with Green Star, it will definitely get to the civilian populace and start helping with that mental health crisis there as well.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, Matt, what we're going to do is Friday, we're going to bring you in. I'm going to try to see how we can work this out where I can bring you in so that maybe you can say a few words to the audience before the show. I'll work out all those details, and I will let you know probably on Thursday, and then I will try to stream. I will try to
today, tomorrow. And
yeah.
See you Friday.
I will try to stream. I will try to stream the show. I just don't know what because we'll end up getting kicked off Facebook because Bag Lady Sue is.
Yeah, we might not.
Yeah,
so it'll most likely be on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll tape the show. Yeah. We will definitely tape the show, and I will have it sent to you.
I found some information that if you put it behind a paywall, even if it's like 1 cent, that means people are, agreeing to whatever they're going to witness, so they can't complain and YouTube take it down. So that's the important thing. We'll talk about this later. But
brother, I wear Hey Dudes because I have a hard time tying my shoes. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do this penny
is where
thing?
I come involved.
There's no way I'm doing that.
You send that info to me.
Yeah, send it to Pitbull. I got slip-on shoes for a reason.
No,
you just got them off Velcro.
Oh, Lord.
If you knew how many different directions with the political, with the legislative, with the, social media stuff, and then the marketing and all this with Green Star, this whole adventure has taken me. I'm surprised every single day that I'm actually here doing this stuff and, learning about other stuff I didn't think I'd have to. So.
Well, we're gonna take that ride with you, brother. We are jumping on board with you and Natalie.
You're riding with the 99,
and we're gonna ride with the Green Star because you got full support here in Texas from us.
Absolutely, and I love you guys for it. You guys have been nothing but supportive, and you guys are great. So I appreciate everything.
All right, thanks, Matt. We'll talk to you soon, man. For the Green Star families, come out to Texas Harley-Davidson on Friday night. Bag Lady Sue coming in, doing a one-time appearance. The Queen of Motorcycle Comedy will be at Texas Harley-Davidson. Doors open at 6. Tickets are $25 a piece. There'll be beer, wine, and a food truck outside. Show starts at 8. Leave the kids at home with a babysitter or with duct tape and get out to Texas Harley-Davidson. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these messages. Woo!
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell, with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Biker Wolfpack Law is a division of Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, which is my firm. What's different about Biker Wolfpack Law is it's a community-based, event-based connection component to make sure that motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
One of our big events is we do ASM classes, which are accident scene management classes, which are put on with the Road Guardians, group of riders that are usually EMTs, doctors, nurses that also ride. And so they know what can happen when you're out there by yourself. And so it's a very intense class, like how to do tourniquets, how to get a helmet off of a person without hurting their neck more, how to get somebody out of the middle of the road. We do those a couple times a year, and the more safe riders are out there, the better it is.
The second division and component of Biker Wolfpack Law is to sponsor local musicians at bike nights or other community events that involve motorcyclists, but also just the community as a whole. And then third is larger charity organization events or rides to get out in the fresh air and have some fun. What I love most about representing bikers and motorcyclists across the great state of Texas is really one thing. It's about hearing the story. It's about going to motorcycle events, constantly meeting new people and making new connections. One of the reasons why I started Biker Wolfpack Law was to defeat and counteract many of the biases that are out there that, quote, motorcyclists are just dangerous. Make sure that motorcyclists are seen as exactly who they are, very hardworking, very responsible, and very dedicated individuals that deserve the justice that they need.
The rubber meets the road, we stand tall. Through the grit and grind, we answer the call. Voices rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck, drive the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Fulfill the need. Tires spinning fast on this endless track. We move forward, no time to
My name is Carol Saint, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% Radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Where?
Oh, hi. Welcome back to the 99.
I figured you were going to take the role. You were like, hey, hi, hey, hello.
Is this thing on?
Hey, welcome back to 99, man. We just had Matt Cahill with the Green Star families, talking about the events that we got coming up this weekend. But, man, we are just jam-packed with events going out through almost August. But we're going to touch on a few that we got coming up in April. Pitbull,
Yes.
take it away.
So coming up, obviously we talked about this weekend coming up. We got Friday and Saturday with Green Star, Bag Lady Sue on Friday. We got Dedication Vest on Saturday. But coming up after that, it's going to be April 11th with the roll call at the DFW Car and Toy Museum. It's going to be a car and motorcycle show, vendors, music, all the things. It's all benefiting the veterans of North Texas and roll call. So it's a passport run. I'm not sure how many locations we have on it, but if you do the locations prior, so you have about 2 weeks prior to hit the passport locations. And if you get your passport stamp, not your real one, a little card that you pick up, you get entered into 150 or
100,000.
It's two different ones. So it's a total. If you do it in your classic car, you get entered twice. So it's up 150,000 flight miles up for grabs at this event, which is huge. I mean, that's almost like a lifetime.
And it's not like on Spirit or like Frontier.
It's American.
It's on American Airlines.
American.
So you got a pretty decent airline there.
Yeah. I mean, 150,000 miles up for grabs. And the DFW Car and Toy Museum, it's a lot more than cars and toys. There's so many collectibles and so many things.
I've been seeing them on Facebook. I've been seeing the owner, doing his and I was like, wow, this place is amazing.
It's huge.
This place is
so huge. Cool. It is definitely a one-of-a-kind
and they
place.
get new stuff every day.
All the time. So yes, and he has like his own food trucks that he uses. So it's going to be a great day to bring out the kids and support your veterans. We're going to have a little booth for the Battling Betties out there, of course. And then I got a couple new Bettys that are going to be showcasing as well.
Nice.
Yes. So yes, that's April 11th. Roll call at the
Come out and see
DFW
New
Car
Chicks.
New Chicks
New Chicks.
at the DFW Car and Toy Museum. And then shortly after that, we have the Hops and Props. April 25th. That's the big beer festival amongst all the old warbirds.
Have you ever been there?
I'm not.
Girl, you missing out. You're missing out. This is my favorite beer festival in DFW. I mean, you get everything from I think they had 18 breweries, I think maybe this year signed up.
Yeah.
So 18 breweries that are well known in the DFW area. You pay I
think
don't
it's one
quote-
price,
I think
but
it's like maybe under $30. I think it's $30 depending on if you're a veteran, non-veteran, kid, all that thing. But you get a little glass, and that little glass gets you unlimited beer samples for the whole day.
Yeah.
And they have a beer flight, and not just a beer flight that you know of where you get little samples of a beer on a little wooden fancy tray. This is a beer flight in the air in an old warbird. You get to go up in the air in a vintage warbird and sample beer in the air.
Glenn Lawson and Rob Howell took
Ultimate
that flight,
beer flight.
Took that flight last year. Rob Howell came in his whole flight suit, and they went up and they did the beer flight. They said it was the most amazing experience they ever had.
That's awesome.
But seating is limited, and I don't.
It is. It's
the
limited.
seating-
You got to
yeah.
buy your tickets ahead. I mean, you're going to be very lucky if you get one the day of the event.
But they fly around the whole DFW area,
Mhm.
and you get to drink beer and look out the window. You drink beer with the
Mhm.
pilot and the whole bit. No, I'm kidding. The pilot.
Yeah, it's
The
not
pilot
a
doesn't drink beer on the plane. He drinks before.
And there's different flights. So like each flight, beer flight, ultimate beer flight, has different breweries on each flight. So if you like different style, you pick what time you want for that brewery flight. It's a whole thing. And then there's
Yeah.
live music, tons of vendors for your merch, and then food trucks. It's great. So
You-
the Betties, we're gonna be doing a live feed with
Yep.
the Battling Betties, and then Glenn Larson will be there.
Yep.
And we're gonna dress in the old vintage flight attendant outfits.
Yeah. But one thing I loved about Hops and Props is I got educated on all these different types of craft beers because you know what, I'm more of like
Just sitting by
Miller-
me.
Yeah, I'm more of a Miller Lite or
So what we put on
you
the
know,
ticket is called piss
or-
water.
Yeah. One of the true American beers, or what, I don't even know if they come from America or whatever, but yeah, one of those types of beers. But the craft beers there are so many different types, and each person you go to the booth, they are so knowledgeable in what's in there, what you
Mhm.
compare it with, what your tastes are, and what you don't like, and they give you the best advice, and you're like, wow, this is great.
Oh yeah, and then you get education on where they're located too, and all the little events that they have as
Yep,
well. It's a
yeah.
great networking event as well. I mean,
It was one of the best events. I
it's
have to agree with
the
you.
best beer festival.
But all that money though benefits
Go straight to the museum.
Go
Everything
straight
they
to the
raise,
museum.
this is their only event every year. They do this event. That's it. It's the beer festival, and all the money raised goes back to the museum. So this
Yeah.
is their moneymaker event.
We got to do the walkthrough of the Air Power Museum prior to the event. Remember-
Mm-mm.
Oh, you weren't
Wrong
there?
one, baby.
Oh, that was
that was a different event.
That was a different, but wasn't that?
That one's around the corner.
Oh, that was around the corner. Oh, different. There were
Yeah.
planes there. I guess
Yeah,
there were
that's
planes.
okay.
All right, sorry.
But no, this one is the Fort Worth Aviation Museum, April 25th. There is pre-tickets already available, so get on there if you want to get discount tickets or discount on your beer flight, or you can go the day of and get your tickets as well. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
And
It's
then
gonna be a lot of fun.
And then we have
There's more. Wait,
there's
there's
more.
more.
We have our second annual Pinups and Pistons at Fort Worth Indian Motorcycle, and I'm excited about this one because we just confirmed Camp Shield as our beneficiary. So it's going to be a big women-powered, Rosie
Rosie,
event.
Rosie the real Rosie the Riveter just passed away this
Mhm.
year. And she, they showed that picture of her, the smile on her face, and she has paved the way for so many women in so many different industries
Mhm.
from World War II, and she really is an icon. So
Yes.
come out and you learn about Rosie the Riveter.
So our theme is red, white, and radiant. So we're bringing in the glitz and glam with the pinups. So it's kind of what you want to do: red, white, and blue. Make it glam, make it grit, It's at Indian Motorcycle. I mean,
Yeah.
all the proceeds are going to go to Camp Shield. Everything that we raise goes directly to the Battling Buddies. Does not hold money. We donate everything that we raise. We don't hold anything.
Now, what is Camp Shield? So
Camp
just-
Shield is a women run for women veteran. Women veteran run for women veterans.
Woo! That's a lot of words.
Yes. So it's basically strong ass women raising money and doing things for women that get out of the service, and they help them life after service. Basically, they have camps, they have a lot of like organizations and meetups, and they also help them with regular stuff like getting interviews, just all the things that they need for women veterans to get life after service.
You know, and I think that's so great because when we talk about veterans leaving the service, and you know, sometimes we talk about the men leaving the service, you know, and their mental health. Women are you know, just as important as the men leaving the
And
service.
they got families also,
Right.
I mean, that they take care of when they leave service.
Right. And when, you know, say, you know, the wife is out there fighting for our country and the dad is a stay-home dad and he's going to watch the kids, you know, when she comes home, he may expect her to take back that role as mom. You know what? Your wife just served our country. You know what? She needs a break. She needs to decompress. And that's what this organization
There's
is
a
all
lot
about.
of different avenues on how to navigate after
Yes.
service. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't just put a broad stripe on the scenario when you come home. So it
Right.
helps with all the scenarios as if woman veteran coming home.
I
from
think
service.
that's fantastic.
Yeah. So then we also have Janie Balderas as a guest judge.
Yeah.
We have Brianna Smith, Miss Texas
Woo.
USAO, as a celebrity judge as well.
Really?
So they'll
Wow.
be judging the pinup contest. So pinup contest and bike show, food trucks. Got taco truck already confirmed. We're working on a cigar guy to be there.
Well, we'll talk to Mongo.
that number.
Oh, you
Hey!
got it?
I got a number.
Oh, you got one.
Because I mean, a guy, what guy would
You got a
like
guy?
to sit there and
You got a
like
guy?
smoke cigars and watch pinups? I mean, it sounds like a
I met him
great
at the
afternoon.
Celebrity Softball Classic.
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
smoke
I
cigars
know.
with him. I know
I got
who
his
you're
number.
talking about.
I got his number.
Yes. And it's also following
I'm not
on.
going to say anything.
It's also following on. Look. May 2nd is also National Women's Riding Day. So that's why we're doing the Women Empowerment event with Indian Motorcycle.
That's
So,
amazing. You know, they, you know, I hope the leaders show up. You know,
I hope
homie
all
and
of
friends
them
with the
do.
leaders. The leaders, a huge motorcycle, women's motorcycle club here in Dallas that performs so many fundraising events, especially out of Indian, for so many different charities. I hope they show up because
Well, I know it's a big riding day, so I know there's a lot of rides. So this is kind of like the place where if you don't have the ride or you want to end your ride or show up, we're
Yeah.
gonna have that for
we had a lot of fun last year. It
Oh,
was a lot
yeah.
we had a good time. We had a good
This
time.
will be our 1-year anniversary.
This is when we met.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
All right. Wow.
It's monumental.
It's
day.
a monumental. We're gonna have to get a cake.
Well, that's how really. I mean, that's kind of how we kind of intertwine with Green Star as well. 'cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I met
We were out
Natalie at
there.
that event,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we got more intertwined with TK and all that, and celebrity. It was right when everything started kicking
Where it
off
all
last
started.
year.
Huh? It's
Where
right-
it all started.
You know, and once again, got to praise TK on this. TK has brought so many different people together, and we're all moving towards one common cause
Mhm.
to just help our veterans, our first responders, and just empower those who need a little push.
And TK actually, little insight, kind of let the Battling Betties be the official pinup. We're gonna get some custom jerseys for our little pinup group for the game to pass out awards and stuff on the field.
Well,
So
TK gave me a little aspect of that too.
No, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Well, I know him like that. Just kidding.
You know, the Celebrity Softball Classic this year is going to be held on September 12th at Ryder Field in Frisco.
Big remembrance.
Now, this is also coincides with the 25th anniversary of the horrific attacks on the World Trade Center, where we lost 3,000 plus souls.
In the Pentagon.
We've lost over 3,000 plus souls since then due to medical illnesses affected by the dust. So this is going to be a 9/11 remembrance as well for the 25th
And this is near and
anniversary.
dear to you because I know
This
you don't
is.
talk about it much, but you were there.
Yes, and when I asked TK the other day, I said, "Hey, is there anything that I could do?" And he gave me he goes, "I'll tell you what." He goes, "You're full reign on the 9/11 aspect." So I reached out to a couple of people. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of NYPD guys out onto the
Yes.
field
Awesome.
in uniform.
Oh,
I'm
that'd
trying
be
to get.
so
I'm going to try to get some 9/11 steel to be out on the field. So we're going to work on a lot of different aspects
That's great.
And hopefully we can pull it all together. But you know what, TK has always supported our veterans. He's a veteran himself.
Mhm.
He supported our first responders, and he brings all these
Marine
celebrities,
veterans. Mhm.
brings all these celebrities, all these athletes, all these, you know, amazing people, and gets them out onto the field. And it's just a beautiful day, not only for the athletes and everybody that's playing the softball game, the families that come and enjoy and get to really, you know, absorb what's going on, because there's so much more going on than just the softball, you know.
Yes,
And,
there's so much, and it's funny, like, because it was our first year last year, so we were like the newbies. But everybody says it's the reunion, and so now I've been 1 year, and I'm like, I cannot wait
I
to get back
know.
and hang out with all the people that I met last year, which I've continued to really communicate with a lot of them since. But
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them don't live in Texas,
Right.
so it's really cool to get back and be like, you know, I know you.
Yeah, you were at the pool party. I mean,
Oh,
was that
yeah. Pool
last
party.
year, your first year?
Yeah, it was
And
our
wha-
first year.
Your first year in experience. What'd you think of it?
It was amazing. It was way more than what I expected.
Yes.
But man, I had so much fun. I was on the blue team, which we won, but so I didn't think I was going to be able to play. But then Jeff was our team coach,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "No, I had everybody play." I was like, "Fuck, I should have went ahead." So I gotta start.
Actually go to the batting cage
So
this year.
hopefully Jeffrey is our a coach again.
He
so
was a
yes,
great coach.
He was.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna hit that batting cage.
Yeah, I'm
Dust
gonna
off the-
still bank on not playing because I'm just, I'm not on that level yet.
Well, we may. Well, you know
I mean,
what?
I know how to, but I'm just not on the celebrity level.
The Battling Betties are going to be there on a league of their own.
We're
So-
gonna do a league
so
of their own
maybe,
vibe.
Maybe you'll get a couple of half an inning game or something out
And we
there.
might have the coach
You
to
may
tell
have
us
the
not to
drunken
cry.
coach out there. You know, maybe out there. But you brought up Jeffrey. Jeffrey and Mike Kislak. You know, you guys did great jobs as coaches. Mike, as he played for the Dallas Cowboys, and Jeffrey Gray, who is a Marine veteran, United States Marine veteran,
Actor. Getting into some lot
and
of stuff.
actor. He is. He's always walked the bridge in Rockwall, Texas, carrying the American flag, supporting our veterans each and every day. Shows the dedication of the people that are going to be on the field that really, really make this all work. You know, so once again, thank you, TK. Get your celebrity softball. I think tickets go on sale July 4th.
Well, I think there's pre-sales. I don't know when the pre-sales are going to start.
I know you can.
Oh,
you
you're saying July 4th
July
is the pre-sale?
I
Okay.
think that's when they go on. They go on sale July 4th. You can purchase your tickets. Be sure to get as much swag as you can, because all this money gets donated to, I think,
Multiple
40
charities.
different charities. Last year they broke the $1 million mark, and so many charities benefited out of this. TK doesn't make money. Nobody else makes money. All these celebrities and athletes come here and stay here on their own dime. Nothing because they want to be here to help. And so many people benefit from this amazing softball event. So mark your calendars for September 12th, July 4th. Purchase your tickets, because I think this is going to be one of those big years that we are going to sell this fucking stadium out. I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, we're going to be advertising the hell out of it. So
Yep.
stay tuned.
Got Heroes in the Sky out there. Hey, friends, you're all doing
James.
amazing job. Thank you for all the support. It is an honor to listen to you all. It's an honor to support you, brother. You know, me and Pipple are here for our veterans, for our foundations such as Heroes in the Sky and the Green Star families. That's what we want to give you, what mainstream media has failed to do. We want to be your voice. We want to be able to uplift you. That's why it's so important to share, like, subscribe to this show, because we are going to bring the people of your community here and show and highlight them. Those are the people that matter most. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to bring on Mongo, who's going to tell us a lot about what's going on in the country. I can only imagine what Mongo
Get your
has
popcorn.
in store. So yeah, get your popcorn.
Get your stogie, your weed, and your popcorn. We don't know what kind of episode we're going to have.
pour yourself a drink, because we're ready to ride with Mongo right after this. Here at Triple Ten Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at TripleTenAussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We're solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us from now. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll.
I'm David with Thunderbird Biker Supply, and I ride with the 99.
Hi, I'm Maria. And I'm Misty. And we're with POF, and we ride with the 99.
Hey y'all, I'm Janie Balderas, and I ride with the 99.
Voices rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck.
Mongo! Santa Maria! Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo!
Hey, welcome, Mongo.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? How you doing, brother?
Oh, another day in paradise.
Is it though in California?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Paradise on the Vineyard.
The views are always nice.
It seems like there's an echo.
You saw it? Yeah, it does sound like you got an
A little
echo.
bit. Turn your volume down at your place.
About now.
You got two things on. We got two Mongos on. Are you logged on your phone as well?
Yeah, but it's turned off. It's
no.
It's
Well,
turned way
the
down.
echo's
I don't have
on.
any volume on the phone.
Oh, we're good. The echo's good. We're good. We
Yeah,
don't have an echo
we're
no
good.
more.
We don't have an echo.
Okay, you good now?
Yep, you're all good, brother. Can you hear us? Now he's got to turn the phone up.
How about now?
I got you. Can hear you.
I'm still getting an echo for some reason. The show was going great, but all your commercials have like it's like they're playing on top of each other.
Are we getting an echo? Hold on. Yeah. You're tuned in twice on StreamYard, bro.
Let me tune out and I'll log back on.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds
All
good. All right, we're gonna fix Mongo's audio, and we'll get him back on in a second.
So real quick,
Good.
just so I can plug this in, we are accepting new Bettys. You can email me at battlingbettiesdfw@gmail.com. We are accepting new Bettys. You don't have to be a pinup to be a part of it. It's all about donations and not donations, but about the volunteer work first, and then the pinup comes second. So if you want to join, you can find me on Facebook, Patricia Mayo, or the Battling Betties of Texas.
But you do have to be a female.
Yes. I don't care what you identify with. You got to have a
balls
vagina.
allowed.
You have to have a vagina and be able to give birth.
or welcome back, Mongo.
Okay, how about now?
Perfect. I'm
All
glad
right.
you didn't even hear what Pitbull just
Yeah,
said.
you know.
But that's all right.
I'm going to get a call from Nationals here soon.
Yes, yeah. I can't imagine what your Mongo log or your brain must have been exploding this week with everything that I'm sure you wanted to write down or get out there.
That's why he doesn't take off his hat.
Yeah, I can't imagine what your thoughts on paper are because of.
I'm going to turn your volume up a little bit because I actually had a different Mongo log written that was ready to go, and it was on the missing Indigenous women. I did a repeat of one I did a few years back.
Right.
But with everything that's gone on this week, I just put that off on the side and I wrote something else. So I've actually got a different one going that I'm going to do today, and I'll do the Indigenous women maybe next week.
That's fine. That's perfect. When we see what's going on, that's what this whole show kind of the path of this whole show went towards our veterans and our
You have a path?
well, we did have a path, but it's still all about our veterans and what's going on over in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
But what I saw people Iranians dancing in the street in California, and I was like, that is just so ironic that Iranians are dancing in the street to celebrate the murder, and then you got
Liberal news didn't know how to broadcast that.
Yeah, then you got all these friggin' liberals coming out going, this was wrong. This was wrong. I just it made me think of you and going, oh my God, this Mongo log is going to be epic.
Well, I saw a thing today where the Iranian media is telling the Iranian people that they sank one of our aircraft carriers, and they posted a picture of one of our aircraft carriers on fire and sinking. But it's a screenshot from a video game.
Jaws movie. That's a big shark.
So I can't imagine what those people even think is happening right now.
Oh my God.
They think they're winning.
We sank your battleship.
That's right. Yeah, well, they're going to start building glass bottom boats so their new Navy can see their old Navy.
Oh,
I like that one.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
That was a good one.
All right, brother. Well, so without further ado, man, I want to just hear this epic, famous monologue. Take it away.
Here we go. So, Trump's vision of the West. President Trump and his administration are playing three-dimensional chess with the Democrats, who are fully supported by the mainstream media. They, however, are only playing checkers. The Democrats and the mainstream media only see a single object, and they only understand one action: opposition to Trump, whatever it may be. They see our actions in Iran as unnecessary because the people of Iran, according to them, are perfectly happy living under the oppressive religious zealots of Islamic ideology. The Democrats and the mainstream media are either purposely wearing blinders, or possibly they are collectively just not that bright. Now, I fully understand that if President Trump enacted an executive order which strictly prohibited people from jumping off of tall buildings, the Democrats would be falling down on the streets like rain in the summertime thunderstorm in the Midwest. But just for a second, let's consider some realistic possibilities. Our greatest geopolitical adversary today is China. For a myriad of reasons, China is a threat. We've allowed them to unapologetically shit upon us for many years. They've blatantly flown a surveillance balloon over our homeland. We've allowed them to purchase vital U.S. farmland near our military bases. That, by the way, has been a super genius move by them. Not only can they gain intelligence on our military activities, but with them owning these very significant parcels of land, they also can either control agricultural output through inactivity or just outright poisoning our land and potentially poisoning our water tables. The acronym CRINC stands for China, Russia, India, and North Korea. Our peace and dominance in the world is currently threatened by this loose alliance of bad actors. They have not aligned through any signed treaties. They're not necessarily a formal alliance like NATO. They're just an unassociated group of countries, just a coincidental but coordinated block of authoritarian states with shared interests, shared enemies, and shared ambitions to dismantle the Western lead order that has kept peace since 1949. I'm sorry, led, spelled the same way. Western-led order that has kept order in peace since 1945. The mainstream media is like an old crusty traffic cop standing there waving his hands, telling everyone that there's nothing to see here, folks, just move along. If you find this hard to believe, just watch the mainstream media or the women of the Chew. They'll remind you that anything that the orange man says is a lie in an effort to enrich himself, his friends, and his family. China has a very critical vulnerability, and that's energy. China must have oil and cannot produce enough of its own. Iran was a primary supplier of their oil, selling sanctioned oil at discount rates routed through back channels, keeping Beijing's industrial economy running. Venezuela has also been a huge supplier of necessary oil required by China. Fortunately, thanks to our U.S. Special Forces, the narco-terrorist formerly known as El Presidente Maduro is now referred to as just inmate. Across an ocean, and for their part, until a few days ago, China had been transferring supersonic missile technology to Iran, deepening the military partnership between the two nations. The beneficial back and forth transfer of materials has now stopped. Alexander Dugin, who has been called Putin's brain for years, said this weekend that if Iran falls, Russia falls as well. Every drone that Russia has fired into Ukraine was designed in Iran, not just inspired by Iran or just similar to Iranian designs. They're actually designed in Iran. The Shahed drones raining down on Ukrainian cities, the one-way attack platforms that have terrorized civilians in Ukraine for 2 years, all trace back to Iranian engineers and Iranian production lines. So again, Trump is playing three-dimensional chess. His move on one level is greatly affecting the game pieces on the other levels. The media and our politicians will never talk about this. Why confuse the people with actual facts? For years, nations critical of the dollar pointed to BRICS, and BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa, as the economic bloc designed to create an alternative reserve world currency and end the American financial dominance. The I in BRICS stands for India. India is the nation that founded this almost unbreakable bloc. Surprisingly, Trump just flipped India back to the American camp. Why would the media not want to talk about this? India's economic strategy has shifted towards the West, with the U.S. recently surpassing China as India's top trading partner. India's alignment with the United States is driven by several strategic interests. The growing influence of China is perceived as a significant threat, prompting India to strengthen ties with the U.S. for security and defense cooperation. The U.S. is now a major supplier of military equipment to India, and both countries share common goals in the Indo-Pacific region. Initially, India formed a coalition designed to collapse the dollar, and now BRICS just lost its founding member. India's alignment with the U.S. over BRICS is a calculated move to enhance its security, economic growth, and global standing while managing the challenges posed by its neighbors. Iranian terrorist proxies aren't just in the Middle East. They've been trained and stationed in Venezuela and Cuba for years, and from there sent to the United States. Venezuela is off the board. Technically, they're still on the board, on the three-dimensional chessboard, but Trump has them sequestered in a corner, being held in check with strategically placed pawns. Two of China's and Russia's most important Western allies are gone or going. Venezuela is collapsing, Cuba is watching, and so desperate that it may be approaching Washington soon for a deal. The test is going to be, does this shorten any conflict or seed the next generation of conflicts? Only history can answer that. No pundit, not any politician, and for sure, certainly not me. So here is what isn't a matter of opinion. Every single one of these dominoes is connected. Iran's oil once flowed cheaply to China, and Iran's drones being flown and sent to Russia for use in the Ukraine are two chess pieces that have been severely restricted. Iran's proxies and Venezuela have been silenced. With India leaving BRICS, Putin has suddenly been inspired to contact the Trump administration about how to end their war with Ukraine. Will any worthwhile negotiation come from this? I have no idea. But you cannot, however, pretend that these connections aren't there. Being anti-war doesn't mean being anti-strength. Being pro-peace does not mean tolerating endless destabilization. The mainstream media will never admit during a Republican administration that sometimes the most peaceful leader is the one most willing to use force and use it decisively, quickly, and without making it perpetual. Trump didn't just attack Iran. His strategic military actions pulled a thread on a global three-dimensional chessboard that runs through the entire anti-Western world and potentially has more repercussions than what the mainstream media will ever admit. Trump's military strategy has been characterized by a focus on decisive action and a strong military presence. His administration aimed to achieve quick victories, particularly in the conflict involving Iran, while also emphasizing the need of regime change and the destruction of the adversarial military capabilities. His strategy to significantly weaken Iran's military and its proxy groups in the region will hopefully lend itself to new leadership in Iran and more favorable relationships with the United States. Our mainstream media will do everything possible to derail any positive outcomes from this conflict that will once again prove Trump knows more than the idiots in the mainstream media or mostly self-serving elected officials in Congress. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out, and now back to you in the studio.
All right. Well, welcome back, Mongo. Yeah, man, I wish I was more politically or educated on this, I guess. You know,
educated would be good for you.
Yeah, I wish I had more than a third grade education. You know, when we look at what is going on with Trump and he he draws a line and you cross it, hey, you only get that one chance. But we had some comments on before about why aren't we taking out Russia and Putin and everything else? And I think that's on his next game plan. And I think he's going to let China think that they're out of the mix, and I think that's going to.
No, they're already calling him, being like, "Are we good?
Yeah, we good? Yeah, yeah."
Well, and
portion cookies.
Watching the media ask their questions, they're asking, well, why did he have? Everything's fine in Iran right now. Why did we have to get involved? I mean, they want to negotiate with us. Everything's good. And look at all the past presidents that have just ignored shit. Well, I'm telling you right now, more stuff is going to roll down the road on Obama because he paid all that money to Iran. And there's going to be a lot more talked about that in the future. That kind of got dropped off the radar. Everybody kind of forgets about that.
I love the transparency that's happening right now. Like everybody's like calling everybody out. Like it needs to be like that. Like, don't put the wool over my eyes. Like, what are you doing? What do you stand for? What are you doing? And I think like for people to like be mad at him for being honest, he's saying what the fuck he said he would do. I mean,
yeah,
I want that. I want a healthy fear from the United States. Like we need that. We're supposed to be the greatest country. We are the greatest country in the world, and we should have a healthy fear from those countries.
I think that's the perfect word for it. Healthy fear.
My kid has a healthy fear of me, and it works out great.
and a beating or two for
Yeah, I
crossing
mean,
the
you
line.
whoop their
That's
ass
it.
when they need to, and they say, "Yes, sir. Can I have another? Yes, ma'am. Can I have another?" Yes.
Can you imagine just like if Max didn't listen to you, and you just like fucking took an RPG and blew up his room? He would do anything you want for the rest of his life.
No, that's my house.
Oh,
I will
okay.
blow up his apartment when he
Oh,
becomes
okay.
of
All
age.
right.
Oh, no, hey, I told my son when he was maybe 14 years old, I caught some marijuana, not in his possession, but in his control. And I told him, he came home, there was a urine test on the kitchen counter. I said, if I make you pee in that bottle right now, is it going to come back dirty? He said, well, probably. I said, so I'm not going to waste my money. I said, but from this point forward, you're subject to 24/7 testing anytime I say. If it ever comes back positive, I said, I guarantee you will lose everything in your room except for a pillow and a blanket. I said, everything will be bare. I said, if
See, I'm
you
gonna
doubt
be
me,
bad at that.
give
My
me a
kid's
shot.
gonna come home with weed, and I'm gonna be out in the garage, and he's gonna be like,
That's the way you got to be. You got to tell them, hey, this is the law. I'm the boss. Until you leave, I'm the king.
That's right.
Yep.
And there's a tax.
You know,
And I'm gonna take your
what's
weed
your
tax.
thoughts on these we just had the primaries, and we
Yeah.
know that
Jasmine Crockett lost.
yes. That ugly guy that
She
he's out
lost,
there.
but she's blaming the.
Oh yeah. The old the caveman.
The caveman, yeah.
Yeah.
And Crenshaw, what Crenshaw.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm happy about that too. Dave Crenshaw, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in with such a good force and great ideas, and somehow he turned. And I don't
He
know.
came in with a great resume, and then he became one of those guys. He was basically
the money talk.
Gimme, and I will help you out.
Yep. And he is the only senator congressman, whatever he is, that did not get endorsed by Trump.
Yeah, well, deservingly so.
I agree. And I think, when Trump came in and said he's going to start clearing the swamp, he's doing it. And I think the American people are now seeing for real. They're going, hey, I want leaders that are going to take care of our communities, not just lip talk on TikTok. And I think the rest of the squad is going to be, on their way out as well.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll see what happens in New York. Hopefully, AOC can lose her next election.
Yeah, her district, when you look at her district, it's full of prostitutes, drug dealers, homelessness, and high crime. And it's like all she's on TikTok going, yes, all is well. But, how about for the people that live in her district? She's not doing a thing.
Well, her district is missing one rooftop dancer. Looked pretty good doing her job. So I'd like to see her go back to it.
Well, that's one job she should have stuck with.
Absolutely.
Should have just, she should have kept dancing and bartending.
That's right.
You could have made a good career. But now
Other than
she's
tips.
working at Popeyes with the other one. What happens to these people once they leave office? Where do they go? What do they do? Unless they stole enough money from the districts to live comfortable.
They're going to have their first year or two out is going to be nice because they've made all the money while they were in. I mean, they don't make a big salary, but when these people come out of Congress after a year or two as multimillionaires, they got some extra money somewhere.
Well, that's one of the big things that they were talking about with Omar is that, at a $174,000 salary, how are you worth $30 million? Nobody is that good of an investor.
Well, I look at a lot of these people like a lot of these flash in the pan athletes that make big money for a couple of years. And then, they have the entourage. And within a couple of years after getting out of sports, they're broke, smoking rock on the corner and committing suicide. These people don't. Well, I think the NFL's changed their policy. I mean, now we're not talking about the NFL. I think the NFL makes all new people coming into the league go through a class with a financial planner. They're not required to use the financial planner, but they at least have an understanding of this is how finance works. And this is what you should do with your money because your career is not going to last more than 3, maybe 5 years if you're really good.
Well, and I don't blame any athlete who gets super rich super quick because of their talents. They're young kids. A lot of these kids, went from, eating hand to mouth.
Yeah, playing basketball in a cement court in New York City.
Correct. And all of a sudden now they're getting thrown a $300 million contract.
Right.
That's a lot to handle for a young kid. I know you throw me $3 million. It's on, baby. I'll tell you right now.
I don't know what I'm going to buy, but I'm going around the world looking for it.
I know 2032, I'll be hooking and smoking crack on the corner. I'll tell you that right now, because I will blow $300 million in a heartbeat, baby. But anyway, enough about politics. No. Once again, Mongo, I want to thank you for really doing your due diligence, bringing the real story. Once again, Mongo gets his news and his editorials from multiple sources. It's just not a Republican side or a Democratic side, liberal or conservative side. He takes all of the news, puts it all together, and comes up with an amazing monologue each and every week.
Except for the week I was on.
Oh, well, he lost electricity.
I don't care.
She's still so mad about that you lost electricity. You got to make that up to her.
I'm still waiting on my bottle of wine, Mongo.
I'm going to my dad's house tomorrow, and I'm going to see if I can't grab a couple.
I need an apology wine. Just kidding. Just kidding. Love you.
What's your you were military, United States Marine Corps. You were a first responder in California as a police officer. What's your take? Telling everybody right now to keep their head on a swivel. And what's your take moving forward in the next few weeks, few months? There's a lot of stories going on about different things that could happen here in the United States. What's your opinion, and what should people be gearing up for and maybe be ready for? You have a lot of good insight on that.
Well, I agree that the sleepers and the idiots are going to be coming out of the woodwork just to do what they do, and it's going to be sad. Fortunately, we've got an administration that's going to actually pursue that. Unfortunately, they're not being paid by the government right now because the government doesn't give a shit. Hopefully, the Democrats get smart and change their mind and start paying these guys again to go out and do their jobs, because we've got people around the world that aren't being paid right now. Coast Guard overseas is not being paid. They're there, but they're not being paid, which sucks. But yeah, it's going to happen. I can't begin to predict or even try to fathom what they're going to do. But sure enough, there's going to be another incident like this guy that just got taken down, and yeah, he got killed, but. He killed he killed 2 in the process, but he injured like 20 some odd people in the process. Yep. So there's going to be a lot of people hurt. So it's going to be a matter of watching what you do and where you go.
And he did kill 3. It was 3. He did kill 3.
He killed 3. Okay.
1 female, 2 males. Over here in Austin.
Right.
But like you said,
did you hear they were going to the Attorney General wanted to put the 3 officers that were involved in the shooting in front of the grand jury for.
Yes, I heard that. I heard.
Changed his mind.
How friggin' crazy is that? Yeah. Well, that's when we look at prosecutors, I mean, we can go on all day. We look at the prosecutors that don't want to prosecute that guy who stabbed a woman in the bus stop.
Right.
In Minnesota. He had 30 felony arrests, and she didn't want to prosecute him. She didn't want to turn him over to ICE.
Trump has got a lot of stuff to do in the next 3 years. He's going to be very busy. Hopefully he can be busy and successful in what he does. And then when the next election cycle comes around, we're not going to replace him with a Democrat that's just going to erase everything that's been done over this past 4 years.
Yeah. Because you know what?
I'm not against the Democrats, but the Democrat as a party, they just want to eliminate everything he's ever done.
Yep. And it scares me to think that, oh my God, if Biden was in office right now,
oh yeah,
what would this country be like?
Yeah, well, Biden was never the president. He was sitting in the chair but that guy was never doing anything. He
Yeah.
was being controlled by a party off camera. And Kamala would have been the same way. She just would have made you feel stupid. You felt bad for Biden. You would have felt stupid with Kamala.
Yeah, agreed. Well, thank God all that word salad is gone. You know,
At least I don't have to have subtitles.
yes, yeah, or translate. All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you get back to smoking your whiskey. Smoking your whiskey. I smoked my whiskey the other day. I got a smoker for my whiskey.
You can't smoke whiskey.
I smoke the W. as
Yes,
well.
you can. I got a smoker that goes on top of my whiskey.
Yeah.
And it adds
Flavor.
adds a flavor.
Flavor.
But
Flavor.
enjoy your cigar. I heard you got some Faustino cigars just
I did.
in.
I've got a buddy that's deployed right now, and he actually took the time to order me a box of cigars from Faustino's. So I was actually, I'm touched by that because he's got more shit going on in his life right now than that, and he thought to send me a box of cigars.
That's real nice, man.
That's nice.
That's real nice. I hope you're not thinking you're gonna get a box of cigars from me and Pitbull.
No, we don't. Get, no.
No, I'm kidding.
No, we're not kidding.
We'll send it out there once we get the bottle of wine. Return to center.
There you
All
go.
right, brother. You have a great day. Enjoy your whiskey. And I would say enjoy California, but you know how that goes.
Enjoy
Hey,
America.
I make do. I go to the gym. I come home. I do yard work. I
And you
study
know
for the
things.
Mongolog. I smoke a cigar, drink a little whiskey.
All right. Well, that's all. Hey, that's life, man.
Keeps me out of jail. Keeps me happy. Wife's happy.
Happy life, happy wife.
That's right.
Or does it go the other way
Happy
around?
wife, happy
yeah,
life.
yeah. Flip that. Flip that over.
I'll figure it out.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
All right, y'all have a good day. All right, have a good week.
You
Bye.
too. Be well. All right. Wow.
Hey.
What a great show today, man. It's all about our people. Thank you, Natalie, for being here so
Anytime,
much.
you're welcome.
It is amazing. A lot of stuff is going on off camera.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
But
a lot of good things happening.
all good things.
A lot of good
all
things
good
to talk
things.
about.
Yep. And you know what? We're looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. We're going to do a lot of support. We're going to raise a lot of money for the Green Star families. We need you to come out. So please come out, support, have a great time. Bag Lady Sue will be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The queen of motorcycle comedy. I want to thank Texas Harley Davidson for opening up their doors. I want to thank Heroes in the Sky. I want to thank all our foundations, organizations, and community leaders that are out there doing with boots on the ground for our communities. I want to thank the Battling Betties for always stepping up each and every time for an event. TK, Celebrity Softball, and every one of those people that are out there supporting each and every one of those organizations. Thank you again. And, if you could be anything in this world,
Be kind.
be kind. Peace.